everyone, and happy Thursday. Thursday? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right? Happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a good one. Hope your week is going well. I was looking into the screen instead of the camera, so that's weird. Hope you're all doing well. How's it going? Today I have tons of new sovereign citizens for us to look at, both at the roadside and in court, going directly to jail, so it should be fun. We have all sorts of fun stuff. Oh, this is all screwed up now. Hold on. This is hard to read, but the costume month goal, I will have to fix that, because that's absurd. You can't read that at all. Let me fix that real quick. This is also the goal to stop Pissmas from happening. We have a bit of a war going on, which is entertaining for me to watch, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, in which, if we get to this costume month goal by next Wednesday, Pissmas is canceled. So that's fun. If you don't know what Pissmas is, basically, people, paid me to not do, how do I put this? To not do people who drink pee for a whole year. But in exchange, I got Pissmas, which is, well, it's me getting to watch them for a full day and torturing you. So, sorry, it's hard for me to talk while moving this stuff around. So if we get to this costume month goal before next Wednesday, no more Pissmas. We do have people voting for Pissmas, though, so if you want to do a tip and make sure Pissmas does happen, tip, and it'll be subtracted as long as you tell me it's pro-Pissmas. Sure, that all works. Convoluted. Anyway, welcome everyone, we're doing Sovereign Citizens. Hello everyone on YouTube, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one. If you can, thumbs up the stream, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, let's just get into it, shall we? Terradona, thanks for 36 months, says, could you hold the leashes of all 3 kids while I push out number 4? Careful, they're runners and brain slug throwers. This next sub-baby's name is going to be Burden number 4. Artemis8192, thanks for 46 months, says, I haven't finished the last stream's VOD, so I don't know where we stand on Pissmas, but how much money do I have to give you to guarantee Pissmas? As long as this doesn't hit 1,000, we get Pissmas. If you donate any amount of tip, that amount, and you're pro-Pissmas, it will subtract from this. I will subtract it after the stream. So pro-Pissmas people, you can still donate. Tip link. I made this way too confusing, but you get it. Is that part of the bit now? It's too confusing. We did it. This bar is the fate of Pissmas. Full bar equals no Pissmas. Empty bar equals Pissmas. Tell me which way you want it to go if tip via tip link. Alright, we did it. Sovereign citizens, thank you to anyone who did not leave during the talk of Pissmas. Okay, so this first sovereign citizen we're taking a look at today is in a car that they have Van Gogh'd. That's fine. I had a cousin who did up their car like that. It was a real beater. That's fine. Very creative. Now we're going to see them get into an altercation as they're sovereign citizens and don't understand that the laws apply to them. So, let's do it.
Sir.
I'm not going to keep asking.
Sir, what is your badge number?
Driver's license? Okay, step out of the vehicle.
Sir.
Step out of the vehicle.
Sir, what is your badge number? I do
Step
not...
You need
out
to
of the
say
vehicle.
if there was a crime here, man.
Step out of the vehicle.
We know our
I'm familiar
laws.
with my amendment, with
Okay.
amendments in the law.
I'm not going to keep asking you to
Sorry, I
step
didn't see your 100 streak message. Can you copy paste it into the chat so I can read it?
out of the vehicle. I'm going to go.
Why don't you tell us what we did and your badge
I'm not
number?
going to keep asking you for your driver's license,
Excuse
registration,
me.
and proof of insurance.
Excuse me, I'm familiar.
Okay.
We
Step out of the
know.
vehicle.
I know what is the
Step
law.
out of the vehicle.
I am
No.
familiar with the law.
You
Okay,
have to
what does
say
the
if
law
there was
tell
a
you?
crime.
Was there a crime
What is
committed?
the-
Has there been a violation of a crime?
What does the law tell you when I tell you to step out of the vehicle?
We know.
Please, what is your badge number, sir?
It doesn't have a number on it.
Okay.
Why?
Okay? Now, please,
Did I
step out of the
see
vehicle.
Wendigoon's video on sovereign citizens? I did. It was overall pretty good. He did get a few things, like, very wrong, though, which surprised me based on the amount of research he clearly did for the video. There were a few times that I was like, that's just not true, the thing he just said, but it was mostly good.
My name is Officer Saloga.
Officer Saloga. My name is Garrett Tomas Ballesteros Hoyos.
Can you
There's
provide me
always,
with your driver's
in any
license?
sort of like project where you're researching, you're gonna get a few things wrong. So it's not a big deal. It was overall a good video and I would recommend it.
Registration and proof of insurance.
I can, but I would like to know.
And we will discuss that once you have provided me with your driver's license registration.
There's a conversation. Oh, I'm just gonna shut up. Because
Sir.
I'm gonna
Okay,
film
step
this.
out of the vehicle.
Don't
Dallas,
do it.
please.
Step out
Excuse
of the
me.
vehicle.
Don't
Officer,
do it.
I respect
I'm
you.
tired of asking. Step out of the vehicle.
We know our rights. You need to say why. You
to
can't
say
even
why.
pull us out over and
I don't think that's true. I don't think they need to tell you why. It would be nice maybe, but I'm pretty sure they don't have to. There's no like law or anything.
There
Unless
is
we
actually
did something.
literally nothing that tells me I'm required to tell you the reason for the stop. Now,
Okay, this
exit
is
the
gonna go
vehicle.
viral.
Okay, exit the vehicle for me.
I hate when people say that. They're like, this is gonna go viral. Okay. So, first of all, it probably won't. You know how many videos of these there are on the internet? You're not viral. You're just the first video opener to my stupid show that we do multiple times a week. I don't think they understand how many sovereign citizen videos there are out there. They're not really, like, rare, you know? Christian Jones says, I may be anti-Pissmas, but I'm also a sadist and will make that chat's problem. This is a pro-Pissmas tip. All right, first shot in the war on Pissmas today. This one in favor of Pissmas, so that's good.
Don't do it.
We need a judge emote. We do. I need to revamp our whole emote system. Like 99% of them need to go and need to be redone. Artemis8192 with a $12.74 tip says, I can't outbid Nemesaur, but I've waited too long for Pissmas not to fight for it. It's another... I expected so many people to be anti-Pissmas. I was giving y'all a lifeline, but apparently it's the opposite. Apparently everyone is just super stoked to give me money to make them watch people drink pee for allegedly medicinal purposes.
And we will have that discussion. But you have failed to provide me with the documents that I need to identify you.
And we know that you need to have proof that we did.
Well, that's not really what due process is, Jay's a proxy, because due process would be like, they have a right to know what they did, and they will if they're arraigned. Like, if they get arraigned, they'll be told their charges exactly and what they did. You don't necessarily need to be told it right here at the roadside. Your due process is not just this. It involves, like, going to a magistrate, having your charges read to you, pleading.
Something.
Okay. I'm not going to
We
keep
know
asking you to
that.
step out of the vehicle.
Excuse me.
Step on out.
Excuse me.
Don't do it.
I know my rights.
Apparently not, because I'm tired of telling you to step on out.
We know our rights.
Are you going to exit the vehicle?
I'm gonna call my lawyer right now. Buddy.
Okay. Are you going to exit the vehicle? Yes or no?
Look,
Don't do it.
I'll shut up.
Are you going to exit the vehicle?
Officer.
Why would he?
Okay.
Why
I'm gonna
would
give
he?
you one
Why?
last
Oh,
command.
congratulations,
To exit
Phoenix
the vehicle.
Leftist. Don't feel bad for not being able to donate to me. No one owes me anything. The fact that this is even my job is, like, incredible, and I'm one of the luckiest people to ever live. I appreciate the support, but, like, I'm not the center of people's world. Congrats on the house. I know how great that is.
And
It's
if
a
you
stressful time, but very nice when you finally get the keys and you're like, oh, this is ours now.
refuse to comply, you will be placed under arrest.
Excuse
Do you
me,
understand?
sir.
Why?
Have I done
Do you
something
understand
wrong?
me?
I am familiar.
Okay, step
I'm
out of
an
the vehicle.
American.
Step out of the vehicle.
You need to say
Damn, that was 20 in Australia, but the conversion rate makes me sad. Yeah.
why.
Step-
It makes me feel real good, though, when I go on, like, not now, because I'm not spending extra money, but historically, when I've gone on Australian websites to buy Blu-rays, they look expensive, but then they convert to American, and you're like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought.
out of the
Dallas.
vehicle.
Except for the Never-Ending Story 4K is ridiculously overpriced. On my list, if anyone wants to spoil me.
Please.
These are jokes, by the way. I'm sorry. I feel like my jokes make me seem like an entitled bitch.
Please. It's okay.
Hey, step out of the vehicle.
Sir.
Okay, you are under arrest.
Excuse me, sir.
Step-
Excuse me.
Step on out.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Step out.
Excuse
Roll
me.
that
You're
window
under
up.
Excuse me, sir.
Roll that
Excuse
window up.
Me. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. What is happening?
Excuse me?
Hey, tell us what I did wrong. What did I do wrong? Excuse me. Hey.
What is your
Hey.
badge number?
What did I
What
do
is
wrong?
your badge number? What is your name?
Excuse me. Stop it.
What is your name?
I have done nothing wrong.
What is your name?
I'm just driving,
You need
bro.
to say your name.
Stop, bro. Stop.
Stop it, you
Dude, stop.
It always gets me when they call the cops bro. I don't know why.
Dude,
out.
stop.
They won't even tell
Stop.
us what we did
Dude,
wrong.
Dude, call 911.
Let go of his head.
Dude, call 911.
Whenever they try to call 911 on the cops, I never understand.
I don't
don't get it.
These people.
Bro, I don't even know who you are.
of the vehicle. They won't.
Dude,
you guys
stop,
are going
stop.
viral.
Excuse
You're gonna
me.
lose your fucking
Stop.
job.
Stop arresting.
You're
Stop.
gonna lose
You're
your
violent.
fucking job. Let him go
Stop.
or you will go as well.
You're
Stop.
going
You
to
understand?
excuse me.
Say what we did wrong.
What are you
Let
doing?
go of him.
Say what we did wrong.
What we did wrong.
Stop it. Stop. What are you doing?
Let go of him.
Hey.
What is your
What are you
fucking
doing?
problem, you
What are you-
fuckheads?
What are you doing?
Stop it.
Dude, stop. Dude.
What are you doing?
What the fuck?
Look at this.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Bro.
this is going
What are
viral
you
as fuck.
Excuse me. Officer, stop. I haven't
Say
done
what we did
I
wrong.
haven't done anything. Why?
Out.
Why? Do you not grab my head? I
Yeah, it
haven't
has the
done
energy of
anything.
who does number 2 work for?
What the
You
fuck?
fucking assholes.
You fucking ass. Jesus Christ. Oh, so then they both get arrested, as you might
Get
imagine.
in the vehicle, or you will be tased.
I will
Get in
not.
the vehicle.
I am filming.
Okay, turn around, put your hands. I'm getting in the vehicle. Ah! Let go of me. Ah!
Yeah, it's probably a no-plate thing. It usually is, or a registration that's like super out of date. Overthought says, you don't have valid tags or insurance. Nuh-uh, for the next half hour.
Put your hand behind your back.
You are a fuckhead.
Got him! You are a... Oh, you're a fuckhead! Oh, I don't like how physical American cops get. I know I've mentioned that before. The one guy yelling makes you think of this. What is this?
Fish repair. Nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. Wrong with you. Would you shut up? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just trying to. There's nothing wrong with me, kid. I'm trying to eat a fish. What's wrong with you? Trying to eat a fish and it falls off the plate. Would you shut up?
Public access was truly a beautiful thing. It really was. We lost something great.
Roll on your belly, please. Roll on your belly.
So they get arrested. Moving on to the next person.
Will be northbound Levan at Industrial.
Oh, is this might be the one where... Yeah, this person attempts to flee the cop because he wants to go to the police station because he's afraid of the cop. Hey, Just a Peach, how's it going?
Pull over into this next lot on your right.
That's him talking into the, like, megaphone on the car. So outside of the car, it's very loud. So definitely the car ahead could hear it, or at least could tell that they're being pulled over, because there's a cop with sirens saying things at them through a megaphone. How do I feel about the Criterion's Blade Runner RE, the other cuts? My personal favorite cut is probably, don't hate me for this, the final cut. I really like the color grade on the final cut, but I understand. I understand if someone doesn't like the final cut. I prefer the final cut. Director's cut is a good bet. Like, director's cut is good. I just prefer the grade on final cut. Theatrical is garbage. Don't ever watch the theatrical cut unless you want to be bored and see how bad it was on release. I'm not familiar with other cuts outside of those three. They may exist, but that's my opinion on those ones.
Pull over into this next driveway on your right. This is not a request. Pull over now.
Oh, and there he goes. Not smart.
Radio, we are still moving.
Yeah, I've seen a few Sovsits do this recently. I don't know if it's because of the prevalence of Sovsit content online has made them realize that interaction with police don't go well. Unfortunately, instead of realizing, oh, I should just stop and deal with whatever the issue is, like a normal person, instead some of them have decided to run away from the police, which makes their problems much, much worse.
Northbound, he is refusing to pull over into a driveway.
Definitely refusing to pull over.
Alright, we will now be eastbound Schoolcraft from Levan. Speeds are 35. He is getting on the ditch.
I thought Harrison Ford drunkenly narrating his way through a sci-fi movie was fun with the theatrical cut. The ending to the theatrical cut is so bad. Like, it's not even canon anymore. Because there's a sequel now in Blade Runner 2045? Blade Runner 20... whatever the sequel is with Ryan Gosling, which is a great sequel, by the way. Theatrical cut is not canon. The director's cut is, at minimum.
For 96 eastbound.
2049, thank you.
Did he ever make his way into the yard? Or just attempted to?
Why are there like 3 or 4 cuts of Blade Runner? The studio completely fucked the initial theatrical release. Eventually Ridley Scott got to do a director's cut. Or maybe the studio did without his knowledge and just called it a director's cut. That happens sometimes, I don't know. And then the final cut did a color grade and made a few other additions. Mostly I just prefer the color grade in Final Cut. Some of the additions are just whatever to me. Wasn't Jared Leto in 2049? He wasn't.
Telling we're having a scene. I can't join 22 because I have my passenger.
Copy. Yeah, boss, just let me know. Technically pursuing, but we're eastbound 96. Speeds are 55. Traffic's medium. He's not trying to flee from me. He's just not stopping.
Radio, we have my identified.
She believes it was a Levan.
This guy's headed where? The police station! I'm not making a joke either, like, but-um-bum. I mean, he's literally trying to drive to the police station. That's his explanation, is, I was afraid to pull over for the cop, so I went to the police station.
Alright, we're going to be coming up to Farmington now. He is signaling to get over. 6-0, are we good to attempt either a spike or a pit, or how do you want to play this?
I'm sorry, homoerotic race car. That's really sad. I'm sorry.
Just lifted off at Farmington, eastbound Schoolcraft at Farmington. We're stopped in traffic. I'm going to try to get him out.
Is he one of those sheriff is the supreme authority types? I actually don't know. I don't remember what his specific explanation is. This is the second interaction he's had with cops in a couple days, I believe. He was already going to go to the police station to file a report, to file a complaint, I think, about his previous interaction with the cop. So he just decided to drive all the way there. And by drive all the way there, I mean continue to evade the police, even though he was trying to get pulled over on the way there.
Hey! You! Hey! Stop! Stop! Right now! Stop! Stop the car! Stop the car right now! Stop!
Oh my god, that's not even his taser, that's his gun that the cop is holding like he's in that 50 Cent video game, Blood on the Sand? Jesus Christ. Is that proper pistol handling technique? I don't know. I don't know about that.
Stop the fucking car! Stop! Stop right now! Stop! Stop the
No, overthought. The person driving is not a white person.
fucking car! Ow!
Oh, there they go. They're still running. Oh my god, they had a gun pointed at them and they still drove away. Holy fuck.
You got it, okay? Look at that. In the front of the left on the terminate.
Oh, the other guy got him.
He's secure already.
Sir, this is the officer that just tried to bust my windows out with my infants in the back seat. Gotcha. As I told him I was trying to. So can you
His
do it?
kid was in the back seat too. Fuck this guy. Are you serious? You could have killed your kid, you idiot.
I'm asking for another officer or a sergeant.
Have you lost your mind?
Sir, I've told you that I was trying to safely make it to the police department.
Yeah, no. You do not get to
I do
dictate
get to-
where
I do
you
get to
stop.
state that.
You do
if
not
I
get to
don't feel
dictate
safe-
where you stop.
If I don't feel safe, sir,
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Yeah, can I go inside the police department?
To be clear, if you have concerns and think that the person pulling you over is not an actual cop, but someone pretending to be a cop, you can pull over and call, like, the non-emergency line and ask to be like, hey, I'm getting pulled over at this and this. You have an officer here, right? But you still need to pull over, because there have been incidences in the United States in the past where someone has gotten an old police car or a Crown Vic and made it up to look like a police car and pulled people over. Usually it's in the middle of nowhere, though, like at nighttime, not like on the city streets randomly in the middle of the day. But, like, this was absurd. You cannot just run away and initiate a high-speed chase.
Okay, I will.
I have a call in the back.
Yeah, great. Okay, what address?
The man having me
Okay, well, I'm telling you, right here.
Okay, let's take care of it. Just relax. I mean, you guys got enough off work here.
Did DeWitt get convicted of something again?
I told you not to be feel safe. What? You got a felony charge now. You guys are actually fine. You're supposed to pull over. I did pull over. You guys were not there. I did pull over. I told them that I didn't feel safe and I wanted to come to. I was coming to the rebellion.
What's that?
It doesn't matter to you because you read it. And that's how a lot of you
Take a step back, buddy. And then separate your feet.
You guys will be able to find out. I don't have any weapons on me. You guys are
I was wearing Crocs! You ever do a high-speed chase in Crocs?
Actually, it's not violating your rights. Violating my rights. I just said I wanted to come to. I just said something, but you weren't there. And why are we here? Didn't I just wave to you and let you know that I was coming to the police department? We're here because that officer.
Wait, who failed to register as a sex offender, Jay's Proxy? Oh, there it is. Don't know what for, but I think Jeremy DeWitt. November 1st, failure to register as a sex offender. I didn't realize Jeremy DeWitt was a sex offender. Unless I just forgot. Sorry, I know I immediately asked the question and you answered and I forgot. It's the ADHD. I'm having a bad ADHD day.
No. What are you guys? Can I go in front of
you're under arrest.
Oh, you guys are. I just got out
Hey,
of here,
Dillisville,
bro.
good to see you too.
Well, you get.
But wait, listen.
Okay, I did forget.
Listen. I asked to
We're
speak
done
with
talking.
your CO. Can I speak to your CO? Why are you guys doing
in the
this?
jail, bud. Move your foot.
Dude, okay.
We love the ADHD. I don't. I wish I had Ritalin real bad.
Oh, you don't care though.
I jumped in the lane.
Here you go, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have both ears.
Appreciate it,
You
thank
just
you.
can't see them both very well. Sorry, my hair's kind of crispy today. I need to do a hair mask real bad again. Ugh.
That's fine. I'll work on that. Yeah. Okay. I got it from here. Thank you. Hi.
6-2's up in front lot.
What was he doing?
This is his wife or partner, I guess. I don't know if they're married. This is his partner who has appeared. He was in her car. He did a high-speed chase in her car because his car had already been taken by the police a few days ago for another sovereign citizen incident. So within like 3 days, he has now gotten both him and his partner's cars impounded by the police department as evidence in 2 separate crimes. So he's a keeper, obviously. What a great guy.
We were on our way up here. We were leaving the tow yard. He wants to take his van up in the tow yard, and then he was coming up here.
Okay. Is there any reason? Did he say any? Like, do we understand how wholly unacceptable that was?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get you out of here very shortly. Okay. I've got your information. What's a good phone number for you? That was technically a car pursuit. I got to get everybody's information.
Yeah, they have to impound it. Yeah, it's I think this cop even says like, "Hey, we'll try to get that back to you," and then the other cop's like, "No, no, this is evidence in a crime."
Is it just little guy in the car?
Yeah.
Gotcha. What is his first name? Live with you? Is that your child?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he the father?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Sarge?
She almost sounded sad when she answered yes to that. Is he the father? Yes.
So, he was driving, but the car is hers. She's got a kid in it, so I was going to get her out of here.
She can't take this car. It was used in a crime.
Gotcha. Thank you, Trey.
You're going to have to call for a ride, ma'am. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have fled from the police. It is what it is, ma'am. So they can come on into the station. They can call for a ride.
Okay. Hey, green guy says, "Hey, Hannah, I'm here to be a pro-peace supporter."
You can wait in our front lobby if you'd like, and then, yeah.
The suspect vehicle is way out of the city by now.
I saw the IPers here. My God, they're probably going to jump out on him. But,
just wanted to say, he rolled his window down after because he was pulling out as I came up, all right? He, popped his head out, looked at me. I couldn't hear what he was saying because my windows were up. I gave him multiple verbals to get over. He refused to. But when he got stopped in traffic at Farmington, I hopped out, drew down on him. He stared at me, told him to stop the fucking car, and he kept on trying to start up.
No,
so
dude.
he's mine.
That caller.
Sorry about yelling. All right. I'll direct you right in there, okay?
Contact suspect vehicle.
I can help you with that.
Whatever property you need will help you get out of there. I mean, I know that this isn't your all on you, but I mean, hey, you know, he's the man to pull over, so it's no bueno for him.
All right, do you just want this big one here? Yeah. Okay.
628, we'll take the hook to the front lot.
Yeah. You got the keys, right? Just make sure she doesn't take them.
No. Ma'am, do you by any chance have the keys, or does he have them on him?
He had some keys with him, so.
Okay, he probably has them on him.
The car key?
That's as low as $25.
And then he gets taken to jail. So he made some bad decisions. Not great.
You're being detained right now.
For what crime, sir?
Investigation for ours are super pinpoint, okay?
I'm sorry. You stopped me for what purpose? A traffic stop for my license, correct? Please, is there a problem with my license?
It's a driver safety checkpoint.
Is there a problem with my license?
No problem with your license.
Thank you.
But
then why am I being detained?
The way your mannerisms and the way you're acting.
I am at work, sir. I am on a time schedule. I do not have time to play the games and answer all the questions. By law, I am not required to answer any questions. I am required to provide my identification. I have provided my identification. Please run my license. You're going to find I'm clean.
Pull in there.
Yeah. I'm not pulling anywhere, sir.
Oh boy. So I'm assuming this is a DUI checkpoint. This guy even provided his license. Doesn't seem like he wants to get breathalyzed.
I don't have to. By law, I have complied with everything I must do right now.
All right, well, I'm going to run some tests on you, okay?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir. I am...
Pull in there.
No, sir. I am in full compliance with what is required by Mississippi law right now. I have provided my license. Please run my license. If you would like insurance, I will provide my insurance. I am not in any way wrong right now, and I am not going to get out of my car nor answer any questions that I am not legally required to. At this point, I would like to invoke my right to my Fifth Amendment and to not speak further, and I would like the supervisor, please. Thank you.
Well, I am the supervisor.
Okay.
You're speaking to me.
Okay. Then you will know that I am not required by law to answer any questions, only to provide my license and insurance upon demand. I have done so.
That's only if enough.
Upon your... this is going to vary from state to state, but generally you're also, when you accept a driver's license, which is an agreement that you make with the state to follow certain rules and guidelines that they put forward, one of them is typically that you agree when you get your license and sign it that you will surrender for breathalyzers upon request during a traffic stop. So technically you can't be forced to do it, I believe, in a lot of states. It depends. This is not legal advice. I'm giving you general guidelines for how it works. But you will immediately be suspending your license for like 12 or 18 months or something like that, because it will be assumed if you do not provide a breathalyzer that you are concealing something, and therefore you lose the right to your license for a certain period of time, at minimum. And they still might take you in and go do a blood test against your will with a warrant and show that you are over the influence anyway. So it's not even a guarantee you're going to get out of, you know, the DUI.
Other crimes I've been suspected.
Oh, I'm not required by law. I've been through this so...
Not a DUI checkpoint. You have to listen very carefully to what is said. The video is not typical. Can you explain then? Because I didn't hear what it is.
So many times with the police and sheriffs. I'm just trying to get to work. I'm going to Ellisville, to Dental Group of Ellisville, to install this computer and monitor in Operatory 1 because it has been down for some time. I don't have to answer these questions. This is harassment.
Well, it's not harassment.
It is harassment. You just let them other people go right through without even asking to see their license, and you're detaining me because I refuse to tell you where I'm going. This is harassment. And let me get your name too, sir, please.
Joshua Summerlin, badge number 9.
Thank you.
Okay. No big deal.
Thank you.
By the way your speech is, the way your eyes dilate.
I am not. My eyes are not dilated, sir. I don't even smoke cigarettes. I drink Red
Keep listening. It's to check for license and insurance. Oh, okay.
Bull.
They are very pinpoint.
Okay. My eyes are not pinpointed.
I didn't know that was a thing. Just checkpoints to make sure you have insurance. Do they have like a really bad problem in Mississippi with people driving without insurance? That's nuts. I've never heard of a checkpoint just for that.
To run some tests.
Dude, my eyes are not pinpointed. You're making stuff up to be able to further detain me.
Safety check, does that also entail making sure you have a inspection sticker? We don't have those in Michigan.
Because I would not answer y'all's questions.
What questions have I asked you though?
You and that other gentleman come over here and ask me where was I headed. I said I don't like to answer questions. He said, well, why don't you want to answer questions? I said I don't like to answer questions. Then you came over and said, can you pull over here right here? I said, am I being detained? Am I under arrest? Yes, you're being detained. Why? Because you're being combative and aggressive. All of that is recorded right now.
You're sick about it.
Yo, my goodness, you said something along the lines that I was being. I am asserting my right to travel freely and without molestation. Please run my license and insurance, please.
We're not harassing you, okay?
You are harassing me, and this is all recorded.
That's fine, and I have my body camera on. No big deal.
Thank you.
Okay? Look, you are giving indicators.
I have given no indicators, man. I am at work. I have traveled for work, just like you. You're a road pirate. You get out here and harass people traveling. I am trying to go to a destination. I am not driving. I am traveling to a destination to install a computer, by which I have every right to do with a current valid license with no restrictions and valid insurance. So can I please have my license back and be allowed to proceed on my way? Unless I'm going to be arrested for committing a crime, I would like to have my license back and be allowed to continue on my way, please.
Rick M sounds like they have to give notice ahead of time, and the checkpoints can't check for just whatever. Is the cop just fishing? Because, like, don't get me wrong, the guy here is doing the driving, not traveling stuff. He's clearly a sovereign citizen. But he is saying he has a license, which he apparently showed the cop, or is at least telling him he'll give it to him, and insurance, most likely, because he's saying you can check it. So what's the cop doing?
This is ridiculous.
Like, I don't know if the guy even sounds like he's inebriated. He sounds frustrated, but I don't know if he sounds inebriated.
So,
that's bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen a situation where there's a sovereign citizen who might genuinely not be doing something wrong, and the cop is just looking.
Since you've gone through this before, can you...
Sad, but funny.
Cite the case law where you're allowed to do what you're saying you're doing.
Mississippi has a 22% uninsured driver rate. Holy crap.
Oh, I've already been through this with several counties, sir.
And that's fine, because I can cite...
I don't have to I do not have to tell you where I am coming from, where I am going, why I am doing it, or anything. By Mississippi law, all I have to do is give you my license and insurance, and I don't even have to have this conversation.
You are absolutely right, to the point to where we are suspecting indications of impaired driving. That's why we're asking to pull over.
I slowed down way back there when I saw the lights and I thought there might be an obstruction, man.
Okay.
I sat here and calmly put my hands on the steering wheel. I drink Red Bull. My blood pressure may be elevated right now because I'm frustrated at the situation that I'm going through right here. This is ridiculous. I'm just trying to get to where I'm going and you're still holding me. And you know I'm right. You know I'm right now. You're just looking for a way that you can...
Yeah, he does have a little bit of a lisp. Does the cop think that his lisp is slurring like people do when they're drunk and the cop is an idiot?
Escalate this situation further to make it...
He did appear to be impaired in stills later from the vid. I guess we'll see.
More than what it is.
I'm not trying to escalate. If I wanted to escalate, I can invoke what I call Pennsylvania versus Mims, which states if I ask you to get a vehicle, you must get out for any reason.
Not in Mississippi, sir.
Pennsylvania versus Mims is a U.S. court.
I understand that,
but Supreme Court,
sir, I've just went through this a few months ago with Mendenhall, Simpson County, and I went through it last year with Gulfport, Harrison County. Please just run my license and let me be on my way. If you would like proof of insurance, I can provide that as well. This vehicle is registered to my wife at the address that is shown on my license.
Okay. So you can't just pull right over there?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to play your games. I can't walk a straight line when I'm sober, let alone if I was impaired. I'm not impaired by any means. I'm drinking Red Bull. I'm not required. I'll blow a breathalyzer. Would you like me to blow a breathalyzer? Let's play that. I'm not doing your road test. I will.
Phyllis Filler says, everyone sucks here, but the cops are sucking under the color of law. This phrasing brought to you by 40 bits. Thank you.
Blow a breathalyzer. And
he's even saying he'll do a breathalyzer, so like, yeah, what's the cop doing here? I don't think I'd like this guy. He's definitely a sovereign citizen, but I don't know.
Right there is consent, implied consent.
You're right.
So, please let me blow a breathalyzer. I am not taking any field sobriety tests that involve coordination of my hands and eyes and feet and all that. I will blow.
Okay.
I'll give you a blood test.
Okay. Well, you go that route. To keep you out of the roadway, just pull right there, get your insurance card out. I'll get my portable, and we'll go that route, okay?
My insurance... I'm currently waiting on them to come back. I pulled over, I told them I would blow. I showed them my license. I'm waiting on them to come back. In Oakville. Be returned my license, you submit to us.
Hydrate, will do.
So you're not you want consent to standard field sobriety?
No, sir. I'm not good at walking in straight lines. I have problems with my feet. I wear glasses. I will blow a breathalyzer.
Okay.
And I will submit to a blood test, but I will not submit to a standard field sobriety test.
Watch out that bee in the truck right there. So would you do an eye test?
No, I'm visually impaired.
I don't feel like what he's saying is unreasonable. He's saying he'll do a blood test, which I'd imagine would be like the gold standard for this. Because you can test for alcohol, you can test for a variety of drugs. He's saying he will do that, and they're just like, nah. What are we doing?
I'm seeing.
Okay.
I'm drinking Red Bull. Look, my license just came back clear. I heard it. Can I please be returned my license? You've seen my insurance. I have a deadline. This clinic closes at 4 o'clock. I have to get there and install this computer and this monitor in Operatory 1 at Dental Group of Ellisville, where the manager, Kayla James, has been waiting on me since I left my home in Oakville. I'm not even required to tell you all this. This is harassment.
We're not trying to harass you.
Then let me go on my way. My license is clean. I showed you my insurance, man. I'm just annoyed. I don't like these games that cops play. It is harassment. You stop people traveling in their normal course of doing daily life because I don't bow down to you as a superior moral authority or something. I don't know what the problem is, but you are no different than you and I, sir. You chose a different profession. You chose to enforce the law as the law has been interpreted and handed down by the courts. I choose to work in information technology. But other than that, there is no differentiation between you and I, sir. And I don't have to even call you sir, even though I call my children sir and ma'am, and I address them as please and thank you because I teach them manners, because that's how we should communicate. But because I don't defer to you and provide you with I don't know what kind of perceived respect you think is entitled, I'm being held and detained here when all these other people simply showed their license and you let them go.
Well, they show their license and they don't have any indications of impaired
because
driving.
I didn't want to answer y'all's questions.
That wasn't it.
That was it, man. I got it all recorded right here. I'll be glad to take it to court. Want to write me a ticket, please? If I've broken the law, please write my ticket and let me go.
Well, that's why we have reasonable suspicion to believe you have broken the law by impaired driving.
Oh my goodness! Then let me blow.
No, I'm not saying
because
I'm with the guy on this one. I don't agree with any of his sovereign citizen stuff, but he's saying he will do a breathalyzer and he's saying he will do a blood test. That's completely reasonable.
They're open to the perception and discretion of the person. Please refrain from leaning on my car. Thank you. Because field sobriety tests are open to the objection and.
Why are you so upset?
Because I'm trying to.
Why? Fuck this cop. I'm fully on the sovereign citizen side on this one.
Go to work and y'all.
Why are you so upset? Why do you think, dickbag? Really?
Holding me up, man.
Get out of here if you let us do field sobriety.
No, I'm not for what. No, I'm drinking
Red. Your pupils are pinpointed.
Whatever. I'm drinking Red Bull, dude.
Red Bull has nothing to do with it.
Okay, whatever.
This ain't our first day on the job, sir.
Whatever, man.
Go ahead, step out then.
No, I'll blow. I will blow.
Blowing is for alcohol. For alcohol. We ain't worried about alcohol.
For what then?
Get out of the vehicle. Step out. We believe that you're impaired on another substance other than alcohol.
Like what?
Okay.
Under what reasonable suspicions? I'm talking to your supervisor, sir. Please don't interrupt.
We have reasons.
Please, will you please ask your deputies to refrain? I'm discussing with you right now.
We are discussing all of us.
I'm talking to you. You're the supervisor.
Okay? Same thing he said. Okay. We believe that you may be impaired.
On what?
Some type of other substance.
Such as?
Please. 2112PK says disappointed in Van Balian for siding with the cops. Yeah, that's one thing with a lot of people who cover sovereign citizens on YouTube. Is like, I get it, sovereign citizens suck, and 99% of the time you're gonna be in the right for calling them assholes, but like, there are so many people who cover sovereign citizens on YouTube that will just like defend cops no matter what. It's like they have a black and white view that like, if a sovereign citizen is bad in a scenario, the cop must be good. It's awful. Like, some of the shit I hear on other sovereign citizen content, like by other people who watch it, disgusts me. And Van Balian usually isn't like one of the worst ones. He's one of the better ones. But like, yeah, him covering this and siding with the cops entirely is pretty fucked up.
Means pills, heroin, anything.
Oh, I'm not on nothing like that.
And that's why we want to do a standard field sobriety to make sure. We are out here not looking just for people with no driver's license. We're out here enforcing traffic
But you
laws
stopped and said you were looking for a driver's license, and I have that recorded. And according to the Mississippi statutes, if I had a signal, I could pull it up. I just went through this. A roadblock in Mississippi, one, must be priorly announced on a public website, and two, it is a roadblock. It is a driver's safety test and road sobriety.
No, I haven't noticed Irish Demon being bad. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff recently, though, so I don't know. But historically, no, he was usually pretty fair, I think.
Sobriety test and public records check also have clear definitions under which they can be perceived, and this at this point has been defined in Mississippi courts and the United States Supreme Courts as unreasonable detaining beyond the initial cause of the stop. We are at that point. You know I know what I'm talking about, man. Please don't make this more difficult.
I don't think this guy is inebriated at all, the way he's talking.
Just give me my stuff, man. I'm talking to your supervisor,
he's
sir.
There.
I'm talking to you.
See, that's that disrespect. See, respect goes two ways.
You have interpreted that completely wrong.
No, I have been through this legally. I know my rights, man.
Yeah, he's caffeinated, for sure. He is drinking Red Bull, but he's not doing anything... He doesn't appear to me to be inebriated on anything illegal to be doing while driving. Thanks, Shark Girl Mew.
Okay, we're coming to the point where you're failing to comply, okay?
I have not failed to comply with a lawful order yet, sir.
A lawful order is stepping out of the car.
It is not a lawful order at this point because I have not broken any laws. I have not broken any laws. I have complied within what the Mississippi law demands that I do.
No, you're mistaken on that.
No,
we have
sir.
reasonable suspicion to believe
No,
that
you do
are
not.
driving impaired.
No, you.
And we want you to step out the vehicle. We're ordering you to step out the vehicle. So step out.
We can help you out of the vehicle if you need.
I would like to speak to...
Doesn't the fact that he might need help out of the vehicle indicate to them that he might have disabilities that make it not really viable for him to do a field sobriety test that involves, coordination?
Another supervisor, please.
We're here.
Sir, my rights are being violated here. I am clearly asking for another
Bittergrin says, I don't know about Mississippi, but in Arizona you can get a DUI for caffeine. No, what are you talking about? What?
supervisor. I am not going to resist anything. I am not going to fight anybody. I am requesting that you do not... I am not giving you permission to enter my vehicle. I am not giving consent to have my vehicle or my body searched.
We're not searching your body.
You have conducted a visual... Each of you have conducted a visual inspection of the interior of my vehicle, which has all 4 windows down, and there is nothing that is in any type of conspicuous way trying to be hid. Each of you, if you had found something inside the domain of my vehicle, which did warrant suspicion, you would already be using that as reasonable cause to enter my vehicle, but you have not, because there is nothing.
Because the reason for us to get inside the vehicle is you, because we believe you're impaired driving.
No, you don't, sir. You want me to bow down to you.
Give blood. You willing to go to the hospital and give blood? Nothing that's going to be found in your blood whatsoever.
No.
Okay, then. So
what's the big deal? Step out.
Because I can't walk in a straight line on a good day, let alone if I was impaired.
We're not walking to give blood.
What?
You said you want to give blood. So walking in a straight line ain't gonna matter.
Well, you're talking. Look, because if I give up okay. You suspect I'm on methamphetamines or cocaine or something because I'm drinking a Red Bull?
No.
Yes, it's a known stimulant with known ingredients in it that cause people to have dilation of the eyes and elevated blood rate and stuff like that. This is no secret. I don't even smoke cigarettes, man.
Well, all this are here on her car right here.
Oh, what?
The ash on her side.
My wife smokes.
Okay, then. But listen, we have reasonable suspicion to believe that you were impaired driving, okay? So, you must step out the vehicle to do 1 of 3 things. A field sobriety test, give blood, or get arrested. Okay?
He already said he would do the blood. He said he would do the blood.
Sergeant Josh Summerlin, Covington 9.
Okay. I am getting out of this vehicle. Please step back from my vehicle. I'm stepping out of my vehicle, please. Please.
I'm making sure you're in our car going.
Okay, I'm stepping out of my vehicle on my own free will.
I do hope he learns the Sobsit stuff isn't true, though, because that's not going to help him. That doesn't help him in any scenario. Toxic Bunny, thanks for following.
I have turned my vehicle off.
Smart of him to lock the car.
From the car. Now, so
it might be easy for him to fight in court, although it is Mississippi, so who knows. But, like, it still takes up time. It wastes your time, you know?
Submit to standard field sobriety. Yes or no?
I'm not consenting to anything. I'm doing whatever. I'm going to play these games with you.
We're not playing games.
Okay. I'm doing whatever you tell me. I'm following your lawful orders at this time right now, or what you are conveying to me as lawful orders, because we will revisit this day.
Okay. So I can't tell you to do field sobriety. That's what
I am following whatever you are telling me to do is a lawful order right now, because I will revisit this day with my lawyer.
I'm not telling you that you have to do it. I'm offering you the ability to do it.
No, you
Holy
just
shit, the
gave me
cop
an
looks like
order
he's
to
enjoying
get out of
this
my
way too
vehicle to
much,
do a
too.
field. So I am
The
following
cop is so like in. Oh fuck this cop,
your
man.
orders, sir.
Okay, come around.
Why am I being arrested? Please tell me what charge
And they
I am being
arrest
arrested
him.
for.
Jesus Christ.
You put your phone in the pocket.
I would like to know,
Put your phone
please.
in your pocket.
I will put it. I need to know what charge I'm being arrested for, so I have it documented.
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. These cops can go fuck themselves in their fucking raw assholes. Are you kidding me? Kiss my fucking ass. That's absurd. The fact that any Sovereign Citizen channel saw that and fucking made fun of the Sovereign Citizen, you can make fun of the fact that he believes Sovcit shit, but that was ridiculous. Fuck those cops. That was ridiculous. That was fucking absurd. If Van Balian really did cover that and agree with the cops, fucking shame on him. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm calm now. Let's move on. Here's Judge Simpson getting mad at a pro se litigant that we've seen before, just doing terrible. So let's check it out.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. State your name.
Oh, thanks for letting me know, Rick M. Because that was bad.
That's me. Name is Daniel Magoo for the record, Your Honor. You're appearing.
His last name's Magoo.
You're going to represent yourself in this matter, sir? Yes, sir. I do have to advise you that in this case, you are charged with the offense of assaulting, resisting, or obstructing a police officer. That is a high court misdemeanor felony, punishable by up to 2 years and or $2,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that? I understand you, Charge. You understand also that there is great peril in one representing themselves. You understand that, sir? I'm not afraid, Your Honor. Did you understand what I just said? That there is great peril in representing oneself. I comprehend what you're saying, Your Honor.
He's refusing to say I understand, as we've explained before, because I understand to sovereign citizens, they believe it means to stand under the authority of the court. They think it is tacit consent to enter into a contract with the legal system, which would give them authority over them. Not true, of course, but this is the mythology that's been come up with and spread so far. Oh yeah, Simpson gets mad in this one. I think he's real fed up with the sovereign citizens. I think he's getting upset. In particular with this guy. He's generally pretty understanding, but this guy pisses him off.
Either you're going to answer my questions and you're going to answer them properly, or we're going to have a long time and I'm not going to have these people wait.
I did watch Wendigoon's Sobsit video. It was entertaining and informative. There were a few things he got wrong, in particular about the origins of certain Sobsit terminology. But like nothing egregious. I would recommend the video. It's a good overview. I personally, I prefer Mooncat's video if I'm going to tell anyone to watch like one Sovereign Citizen primer, but Wendigoon's was pretty good and like 45 minutes, where I think Mooncat's was a little over an hour.
While you decide how you're going to handle this, I'm going to have you have a seat. I'm going to pass your case. You will come back up and you will learn how to operate within this court. Plain and simple. Have a seat. Have a seat. And you might want to wipe that smirk off your face while you're doing it. Court recalls the case. People State of Michigan versus Daniel Magoo. State your name.
The lawyer on the bottom right looks like a young Tim Burton. If he became a lawyer.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Daniel Magoo. I have stated the admonishments that I was giving to the defendant representing himself. I apprised him of the maximum penalties and the charges. Apprised him, and sir, I'll ask you the question again. You understand that there can be great peril in representing yourself?
I fully recognize and acknowledge the
Wonder who that
seriousness
is
of the
behind the
charges.
judge. Behind Judge Simpson, the young guy in the white collared shirt.
Which include allegations of
Not
Someone shadowing him or something, maybe.
not my question. You understand that there can be serious peril in representing yourself.
I recognize
Did he
what you're
become a lawyer who only represents Johnny Depp or Helena Bonham Carter?
saying, and I'm fully prepared to proceed with this matter.
You just
Oh, is that his clerk? Wow, his clerk is so young. Unironically, I thought that was a high school kid. If that's his clerk, holy shit. young baby face guy.
do me a favor and answer my question. Do you understand that there is great peril in representing oneself?
I recognize that.
Okay, let's stop there. You recognize that.
Recognize.
Yeah, he doesn't normally have people behind him, but it could be the camera
Do you
angle. I don't
understand
know.
that in any of the proceedings that the court would hold you to the same standards as if you were a practicing attorney, will give no leeway one way or the other, will show no favoritism or no bias because you are representing yourself. You understand that, sir?
I recognize what you're saying, Your Honor.
You know what? I don't know why you just won't understand. I'm asking you, and I need a direct answer, whether you understand what I am saying, not whether or not you're recognizing the words. Do you understand what I am saying?
I overstand what you're saying.
Oh, Simpson's gonna fucking murder him.
You want to be?
Your Honor.
You have a seat.
I'm not.
Have a seat.
Your Honor, I haven't had.
Have a seat.
Red Bomber, in fairness, in this situation, this is Red Bomber says he answered. What the fuck? Not quite. I understand where you're coming from, but this is a colloquy that's very important so that the defendant can't, on appeal, try and claim that they didn't understand how disadvantaged they would be by being pro se. So it's important that, for the record, to preserve the fact that he has been told how dangerous this is, he needs to explicitly state he understands it. He doesn't necessarily have to say the words, "Yes, I understand," but at minimum, when the judge says, "Do you understand?" he needs to reply with a curt yes, because it needs to be very clear for the record to preserve this colloquy answer for any potential appeal. So I know it seems pedantic. I know. It isn't, though. There is a good reason for it.
You can play games with me all day. I got all day. I got all day. Have a seat. The other one's in custody. I realize we are now at least caught up within an hour. I think those that want to go probably want me to take a break about now. So I'm going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break. I'll come back out and then I'll call the case. The court's going to stand in recess. For recalls the case, people versus Daniel McCoy.
This is the second time they've had to recess and recall the case.
Because you're my friend and you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniel Magoo. Here in
Take off your headset again.
Sui Juris.
All right. So on this matter, I was apprising you of your rights. I told you about the charges in this case. We get to the point of understanding that there is a certain peril in representing.
Listening, sorry.
What did he...
My notes, I apologize, Your Honor. I meant no disrespect.
And that the court will treat you the same as an attorney in the case. You understand, sir? Listen closely to my question. Do you understand that?
I do not understand.
You do not understand it.
No.
The court, you will be presumed to know the rules of procedure as well as the Michigan rules of evidence, that the court will not be giving you assistance in regard to this case.
Mr. Duck Sauce.
What I'm trying to say, Your Honor, is I do not understand the charges that are pitting against me because they violate a lot of my rights. And the prosecutor served me the discovery packet on the 27th of last month. Since then, I have not received any kind of evidence or any kind of claims that I violated any kind of anything that day. So I'm here waiting for that to
Oh boy, this guy needs a lawyer so bad. This guy needed a lawyer a month before he committed the crime. He's not good at this. Holy shit, even by pro se standards, he's just absolutely shitting his pants up there.
occur. So no, I don't understand.
Waiting for what to occur?
Well, under the rights to due process, Your Honor, 4th, 5th, 8th Amendment.
You think the 4th and 5th Amendments are what?
There has to be substantiated.
Those are part of due process, but what does it have to do with the specific motion you're making?
Evidence to accuse me of a crime, like assault on a police officer, obstruction of justice, and resisting arrest. I take these charges very serious, Your Honor.
I thought you didn't understand the charges. How can you take them seriously if you don't even understand them?
Because of these charges, I have lost custody of my son, and I want to make sure that these justice is served and equity is ensured here.
Sir, I just asked you before whether or not you understood the charges.
And I answered you, Your Honor. I said I do not understand them.
Whether or not you disagree with them or not, not the issue. The issue is do you understand what you are charged with?
I do not understand, Your Honor.
Is there a reason other than what you said that you do not understand?
Free breakfast banana, thanks for
I can
following.
elaborate a little further, Your Honor. I'm still waiting.
I wish you wouldn't.
I want a banana.
Just need to understand why you don't understand.
I'm trying to get there, Your Honor.
And also the Bananas in Pajamas theme song is in my head.
If we could talk
I'm
about
not asking you whether or not you agree
Bananas in pajamas are walking down the stairs.
that you should be charged. I'm not asking whether or not you believe that you did it. I'm not asking any of that. I'm asking whether or not you understand what you are charged with.
Can we agree to disagree on the legalese?
We are not going to agree to anything. This is not your game to play here. You play by my rules.
So you're saying that I have to say the words "I understand"?
Sir, I'm not saying that you have to say anything.
Okay.
I am, you know what? Here's the thing.
Before he gets into this, Harold Evelman says, can we please someday do a deep dive into this Christian cult I found out about 50 seconds ago from ABC, the 2x2 church? Yeah, I'll add this to Cult Watch. It's been a while since we've done a Cult Watch episode, so that'll be good. Saved. Thank you. Oopsie.
I am not going to play this game with you.
I'm not.
So what? No, you are playing a
I'm
game.
not.
So no, you are. And do not interrupt me ever again. Do not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a week to think about it, because I'm not going to sit here, call your case up 4 or 5 times for you to sit here and to go through this whole, try to play some semantical game. So I will adjourn this out to December 12th, 2024.
That's tomorrow! Fun.
I will adjourn it to 9 a.m.
Your Honor.
or I will. Do not interrupt me.
I can object to
Do
that. date.
not interrupt. Do not. One more time. You're going. I've given you fair warning. I'm adjourning the proceeding out. If you are objecting to that, objections noted. It's still adjourned out to the 12th. Bond will continue. You
Your
may
Honor.
leave now.
I have constitutional.
You may leave
violation.
now.
Let's go.
I have a right to
You
a
may
counsel.
leave.
Do I not have a right to a counsel?
You want an attorney, you may get an, want an attorney, sir?
I need somebody to explain the problem here.
Do you wish to be represented by an
Yeah,
attorney?
you do need someone to explain the problem. It's you.
I do not need to represent myself. I'm presenting myself. I'm the only one that was there in this courtroom. No one was there. I don't recall anybody that was there that day. I'm the only one that knows what happened, Your Honor.
Do you wish
and I was
to be
violated.
represented by an attorney? I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. If you wish to be represented by an attorney.
Your Honor, I have constitutional violations.
Do you wish to be represented by an attorney?
Take an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States
Then,
of America.
if you do not want to answer my question, Mr. Allen, he is to be removed from my courtroom.
He's really lucky he didn't get arrested right there. Holy crap.
Where are you trying to go, Mr. Simon? No. Court calls the case. People versus Catherine Davis.
That's what I like about Simpson, is even when he deals with someone, he immediately can get himself back in, like, a different frame of mind. He doesn't hold on to that frustration and bring it into other cases. I respect that. Agebeard says, were you there? He's doing the Ken Ham defense. And that always works out, doesn't it? Here's another one. Let's see. Does this say which judge this is? I'd like to say. I don't see.
How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Has Mr. Strickland spoken? Has he spoken to an attorney yet?
No, he hasn't.
Okay. She's in a breakout room with another person, and as soon as she's done with that person, I'll put you in the breakout room with Mr. Strickland. So it'll be a few minutes, okay?
Okay, sir. I just want to let you know he's not consenting to do a video arraignment.
So what is he consenting to do?
I'm getting him his paper. Is there any paper clips or anything?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have? Yeah.
Oh, his paper's ready.
This is the court, sir.
They do open the door in a sec so you can hear him better. What is this setup? They're having him do Zoom court arraignment from his cell.
Okay, hold on. Does he want to speak to an attorney first?
Yeah, well, let's have him speak to an attorney first. You have to speak to an attorney. You have to.
Hold on. Mr. Strickland? Mr. Strickland, can you hear me?
This is the judge.
Okay, Mr. Strickland.
Open the door.
Can you hear me?
Why isn't he in a phone booth? I'm assuming this jail just doesn't have him.
Mr. Strickland, this is...
Sir, can you hear?
There we go. That's after he talked to a lawyer briefly.
What? Mr. Strickland, this is Magistrate William Burden. Good morning. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Do you want to speak with an attorney?
Who are you speaking with? The flesh and blood man with a name? Because that's what I'm trying to find out right now, Judge. Who are you speaking with? The name, entity, or the flesh and blood?
I'm speaking to the person that's talking to me right now.
I am executive.
Jesus Christ, if you're gonna do the Zoom arraignment thing, you gotta have better Wi-Fi, guys.
Of the name entity.
Yeah, that's in the video. That stuttering is not me, by the way. I can hear that. That's from this video.
That's you talking to right now. Do you understand? I am the executor of the name entity. I demand to be released on my own recognizance. I have right here, Judge. You see this, Judge? And then I also have a UCC1 in the name entity. So y'all trying to run a lien on the name, that's illegal. Who are you trying to conversate with? The name entity or the flesh and blood man?
Sovereign citizens believe that there is a legal straw man that is a separate entity from yourselves. They believe that straw man is what the government has authority over, but they can't have authority over you as a flesh and blood person. It's nonsense, of course. They're just trying to divest themselves of the responsibility to follow the law. which you can't do. That's not how society functions.
You tell me. I demand to be released on my own reconnaissance.
He means recognizance, but he said reconnaissance, which is funny.
I have a UCC-1 here. I've laid claim to the name entity through the Secretary of State and the federal government. Here it is right here, the Secretary of State, Jocelyn.
Okay. Sir?
It's right here, Lincoln. To the flesh and blood or the name inside.
The setting isn't helping the guy look well, no.
Sir?
I'm trying to ask.
Sir, whether I'm talking to the flesh and blood or name entity, I'm talking to both of y'all at the same time. Do either of you want to speak to an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay.
And I don't consent to an attorney. I don't consent to be in no hearing.
Sir, I just asked you one question. I just need one answer.
And I don't consent.
Okay, I know that.
So who are you speaking with? The flesh and blood man or the name entity?
I'm speaking to both of y'all. I'm speaking to both of y'all at the same time. How about that?
You can't.
Now, sir.
You just say you can't?
I know you want me to release you.
Here it is.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Here.
Are you gonna let me talk? Sir?
Sorry, the piece of paper thing just reminds me of the emote we have of the objection paper from that one Sob citizen. What's his name? Why am I blanking? He did the Waukesha murders. Daryl Brooks, that's his name.
Sir?
There he is.
Are you gonna let me talk? I got some questions for you.
I'm here without consent.
Put the paperwork down,
Don't
sir.
consent to this.
I know you don't consent to this. You want the court to...
The greatest boon to this channel in history, while it would be disappointing, would be if Luigi Mangione turns out to be a sovereign citizen. He isn't, from what I've seen of his social media. But boy, what an interesting trial that would be.
Release you, is that correct?
Yeah.
Want to release you, the entity, or the person in the flesh? Which one?
Flesh and blood man. I own the entity, so it's going to be released anyway.
I know he has a real lawyer. I saw the statement from the lawyer this morning. It was pretty good.
All right, now.
I'm glad he's deciding to go to trial with it. I wish him the best of luck. I wish the jurors the best of luck in discovering the definition of jury nullification.
For UCC-1, everything.
If you don't, when I talk, you...
Okay, here's the thought. We're gonna raise a bunch of money. We're gonna hire skywriters to skywrite all over the district in New York where the jury pool is gonna be selected from. Google jury nullification. We're gonna put it on billboards. We're gonna put it on those stupid car billboards. We are gonna blast that shit all over Manhattan.
Listen. If you don't want to talk to an attorney and you don't want to be arraigned today, we're going to put you over to tomorrow. You understand that?
But we already been through this.
What is jury nullification? Jury nullification is the result of our judicial system that says that a jury cannot really be questioned for their motives and their findings. So even if you, in your mind, believe someone is guilty of a crime, there's nothing from stopping you saying not guilty as a jury verdict. No one can force you to explain it. So all you have to do, if you were on a jury and thought someone was being charged with something they should get away with, you would just have to vote not guilty. That's it.
I am the executive of the account.
Okay. Have a good day, sir.
You can't fix stupid. And that.
Let's see what else we have.
Yeah. Of Ypsilanti versus Shannon Phillips.
Hi.
Hi, can you state your name for the record, please?
Shannon Phillips.
Okay, thank you very much. So today is the date and time set.
I don't agree with you, Toxic Bunny. If that narrative helps him, though, sure, spread it. I don't care. Brain Injured Gamer, thanks for redeeming a Black's Law Dictionary request. You want me to look up extortion? Will do.
For an arraignment in this matter, what I have here is a citation from May 27th of 2024 that charges that on
And a
or
hats off. What do you want me to wear for hats off?
about
Which hat? Okay.
that date you did operate a motor vehicle on E-Course Road at or near Harris Road with improper plates. It says that the plate did not come back to the vehicle.
1 sec, it doesn't agree with the it doesn't agree very well with the ears. Quite illogical. Oh god. Yeah, these don't work together. Am I cute? Did I do it? Let me look up extortion. And there's a juggle. Jesus, you have a lot of points. Let me look up extortion first, and then I'll do the juggle.
That it was on. That is a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both. Do you understand all that?
No, I do not understand.
Okay. So let me clarify. When I ask if you understand, what I want to know is, do you know now what you are being charged with, whether or not you agree with it?
Extortion, the obtaining of property from another induced by wrongful use of actual or threatened force, violence, or fear, or under the color of official right.
No, I do not agree with it, and
not asking if you agree with it. That's not how this works. And then a juggle command.
I filed paperwork to the court.
Yeah, I know. I got to do a redeem thing for the million, and there's a hydrate I'll do in a second.
Pressing that.
Okay, and I'm cutting you off for a second because I'm not asking if you agree with it. I'm just asking. I have explained that you're being charged with having improper plates. Do you understand that that is what you are being charged with? Again, I'm not asking if you agree with it. I just want to make sure, because the purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not you are competent to stand trial. That's part of it, at least.
Hydrate.
Do you know what you are being charged with now?
I need to get more water.
Yeah, I see it on the paper.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna go get more water real quick. Don't go anywhere while I fill this water. Ryan Cooper with 15 months of membership on YouTube says, more fun with license plates. Look up elderly woman says Star Trek license plate stuck her with thousands of dollars worth of speeding tickets. Sorry. I actually looked that up. I don't find that fun. Seems like a nightmare for her. Basically, she's getting tickets all around the country for anyone that has a Star Trek vanity license plate, because they have fake ones, but she has the real one. So she's getting tickets for all sorts of stuff, even though she doesn't even have a car. She's like 90. Fucked up.
So, you do have the right to remain silent because anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed.
Oh. Hashtag just trans girl problems, don't ask.
Presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings. You do not have to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if these proceedings would have any effect on your citizenship status. If that does not apply to you, then do not worry about it. So, do you wish to have the public defender speak on your behalf?
No.
Okay. In regards to the misdemeanor charge against you, how are you pleading at this time? Or are you standing mute?
Standing mute.
Okay.
Is she gonna get mad when she's told not guilty? Like we're putting in a plea of not guilty, because that's what standing mute effectively means.
I am going to set this for a...
Ma'am.
Yes.
Standing mute means you're refusing to plead. So it's basically, if you're asked, do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest, and if you just didn't say anything, or refused to say anything, that's standing mute. It counts as a not guilty plea, as you are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
This has been long and drawn out since, May. I don't even have that vehicle.
Oh, Bandy 4, thanks for following.
Anymore. Unfortunately, I've had to buy 2 vehicles since that vehicle. Not to mention how aggressive and threatening your officers was when they approached my vehicle. Not to mention they were pulling on my door, yelling and screaming for me to get out or they were going to pull me out. I do have that video on my phone. However, because my laptop is not working, I have to use my phone.
Okay. Before you continue, couple of things. One, I will note that the officers are not court employees, so they are not the court's officers. What I am going to do, because it is the next step in this process, is set you for a pretrial. Okay? The purpose of the hearing today is to make sure that you know what you're being charged with and what the potential penalties are. The next step is a pretrial, which is where you will get to discuss with the judge more
Well,
of...
thanks, Bo Bandy. I'm surprised. I mean, I know that those videos still get a decent amount of views. It's nice to see people still getting, finding me through them. Appreciate it.
What happened that day, and if you have evidence, then you can bring it up then. Your pretrial is being scheduled for November 27th.
11/27.
Correct. This year, so that's 11/27/2024. That will be at 9 in the morning over Zoom before Judge Washington. Because of your appearance here today, I am recalling the bench warrant that issued for your arrest on October 9th. That bench warrant had issued because of failure to appear for a number of arraignment dates that were set.
But I was there and I have proof of that as well. I was on the hearing. It did the same thing it was doing now, saying that the host was there and would let me in. But I sat there for over like 2 hours on the 9th and the 10th. And wasn't let inside the Zoom on either day. I do have screenshots of that, so I'll present that as well at the next hearing.
Okay. So
she's quashing the warrant either way, so it's probably fine.
To be clear, the bench warrant is being recalled, so that is going away.
Thank you.
The court is setting a personal recognizance bond, so basically you're promising to appear for the next court date. Again, that's November 27th. I will note that sometimes, depending on the size of the docket, it can take a long time. And I think what was my arraignment docket last Wednesday took 3.5 hours. So it can take a long time. So long as you're seeing the message that the Zoom is still going on and that the host knows you're there and can let you in, then as much as it is not a whole lot of fun, you should wait. Okay? Okay. So, do you have any questions right now?
Not at the moment. I don't believe so, no.
Okay, thank you. So, your next court date again, November 27th, 2024, 9 in the morning over Zoom before Judge Washington. Okay? Okay.
We've actually already seen that hearing. I believe she got a competency hearing out of it. Oh, moving on. Don Kalam has a video with some people, and they wrote a book called 508c1a Ministry Trust. No, actually, that's his book, sorry. And these are women who are going to talk about quantum manifestation and legal sovereignty. Their names are Eternal Zion and Bewley.
Peace and love. It's your boy Don Kalam, also known as Malik Kalam. As always, prosperity is divine birthright. This is Dreamkeepers Podcast, and I'm in the building. Dreamkeepers Radio Podcast. I'm in the building with Eternal Zion and Bewley. Let's start with Eternal Zion. Where you from? Like, you know, let us know a little bit about you, and let us know who she is to introduce her and bring her in too.
Yes. So my name is Eternal Zion. I go by the nickname Shay sometimes, but I'm mainly known for my financial literacy and what I teach on multiple platforms like Instagram, TikTok, things like that. So that's basically what I'm known for, but we gonna get more into it.
Oh, this is gonna be a lot of bullshit in a very short period of time, isn't it?
I do want to introduce my lovely lady here. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Oh, well, my name is Bewley, also known as Bewlistic, and I am from Broward, Florida, Fort Lauderdale. And I also talk about, you know, just quantum physics and how to manifest using such and
Manifesting using quantum physics. Yes, this definitely isn't a scam. I'm so on board with this bullshit.
Yeah, lots of things.
Manifesting using quantum physics.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. That I've actually
somewhere Deepak Chopra's ears are burning.
The game that I'm in, and me and Eternal Zion, we're basically in the same game. I don't even like how she said financial literacy because it's bigger than rap.
It is definitely bigger.
What you do is the private life. And it's bigger than just financial literacy. You can't even learn what you do in financial literacy books. It's estate planning. You know, I mean, there's really no name that they can give it, but it ties in with everything. So I want you to know, I started with studying quantum physics and things like that on a spiritual level before I even started getting into these things. And it was doing part because, like, I don't know. Is
it Tinfoil Tuesday again? Feels like it. Feels like it.
That made sense to me.
Yeah.
Like I like. Then when I started this game that we're in, because some people call it, there's the names that I don't like though. Secure party credit, because people don't know how to use it right. They don't know how to say that right. They say they're a secure party creditor because they have a UCC1.
Yeah, that doesn't make you a secure. Nah, if you ain't got your irrevocable trust, if you don't have everything, I mean, from a legal demand notice, a security agreement, a hold harmless indemnity agreement, like, it's so many other forms that go into it and entail the protection, the protection of your trust. And if you don't have all of those in order, then you're not actually protecting yourself.
I like that. Asset protection. That's another key word.
Asset protection.
Asset protection.
Yes.
You're the asset.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're the asset? What? H-Bird says, this is a lot of words to say. I got high and watched What the Fuck Do We Know?
Name everything.
What the bleep do we know?
The reason why I'm excited to have you here is because I feel like we have to give you your flowers. Like, there ain't nobody shouting you out like they should be. You know, there's a lot of women that tried and failed this shit. Like, I don't know if you know.
I don't.
Like, even people went to the feds, all types of shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, they be doing some crazy shit. Though,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I can say some names, but I ain't gonna say no names.
No, we can't be messy.
But no, it's, yeah.
We can't be messy.
We're not gonna be messy. We're not gonna be messy.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, because I don't know if you really knew about me. Like, I came into this game with the record label as well. And I see that's what both of y'all do.
I think I'm starting to understand how podcasting became the medium that helped Trump win the presidency again. Green guy with a $3 tip says, Hannah, this sounds like a class icebreaker for a college improv class, like they thought this stuff up on the spot. It does, doesn't it?
And your fucking music is dope, by the way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It really is. This upcoming shit.
Oh yeah. And another thing, y'all tapped in with celebrities as well, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. So it's so interesting. The very first celebrity I remember following me fully was between Kyrie Irving.
Let's go.
Kyrie Irving, Tyrese Gibson.
Let's go.
And Jordan Sparks.
Damn, for real, Jordan Sparks?
Jordan Sparks follows me on Instagram.
Wow.
And it's so interesting because it's like I feel like they watch me, they definitely watch, but they don't necessarily engage as much. I feel like I'm just more so here to kind of just educate, and I think they definitely look at my content. They definitely look at things that I talk
Could
about.
I just broadly report these two to the IRS and see what happens?
But
because there's got to be some real illegal shit going on, because there's no way their advice is sound in any way, right?
They don't necessarily engage as much, but it's okay.
And what about any celebrities you're tapped into?
Yeah, a lot. But
I know I heard some of the stories.
We kind of like attract different, types of people. So one of them was Doechii. Another one is Rico Nasty, XXXTentacion.
Let's go.
I'm at the age where I can't tell if celebrity names people list off are real or fake anymore.
People,
I don't know who any of these people are.
People like that.
Who the fuck is Doechii?
A lot of,
It is big names, though.
Yeah, you feel me? There's a lot.
Big names. The reason why I like this, because for me, it was able when, I don't remember the first celebrity that followed me, but I know when Kevin Gates hit me up. But you gotta understand, I go in their DMs. As soon as they follow me or hit like, I go in their DMs. You mentioned John Sally too. I had talked to John Sally as well. Kevin Garnett, Waka Flocka Flame. But I slide in their DM when they follow me. I say, thank you for your support. ASAP. I say, here's my number. Anything you need, just reach out to me.
That's wonderful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's wonderful.
I think that the reason I don't do that is because I don't want them to feel like I'm, trying to insert myself somewhere. And I kind of would like to just keep it open. It's like, if they're interested in anything, then of course I'm more than willing to give them my services. But it's also, I'm not, chasing anything, right? So you still gonna pay.
That's funny. So me, I'm a little bit different. I have gave leeway and helped some celebrities for free, but I make sure that it's fair exchange ain't robbery. Can you shout me out?
Yeah.
Can you give me a referral?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, cause literally how I got known was based off referrals, helping people
beautiful.
for free.
Yeah.
Cause I was helping doing.
Italian Shakespeare says relevant joke. I've accepted that I'm no longer in the key demographic. I'm officially 30, so I am over the key demographic age, and I'm just gonna assume pop culture's already passed me by.
On this stuff in the hood, and it's not stuff I like to do right now. But I know Zion can co-sign for this stuff, because some people might say this shit ain't true. But I started helping people with weed cases and drug cases, coke cases. Like, I go straight to them, like, your name's a business. What happens if Walgreens sells a bad drug?
Right.
Who's going to jail? They got 30 days to cease and desist.
I mean, they could call it fake, but there's testimonies out
here. They got their paperwork together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
There's testimonies, though.
And that's interesting.
All right, you successfully tricked idiots. Good job.
Interesting you bring that up, because I was recently, this was probably last year, I was actually arrested in Texas.
Oh, wow.
And I actually was in jail for 3 days. I didn't know necessarily the remedy of how to get out of jail. But when I got out, I created my affidavit of truth. I created my statements. I attached my legal demand notice. And I basically...
This is typical sovereign citizen stuff. It doesn't do anything. This kind of crap is referred to as paper terrorism generally, because it has paperwork that serves no purpose, that clogs up the system and just confuses everyone. Because people in most situations expect people to behave in good faith. They don't expect people to just send random crazy nonsense, so it can confuse people.
sued them. I'm suing them for 125 million right now.
Oh, good luck with that.
But also, I got those cases completely dismissed.
Let's go.
They tried to tell me that I needed to take a 4-hour course. And I told them I humbly declined that. I'm suing you guys already.
Exactly.
You're in the wrong. You have my paperwork. The prosecution has my paperwork. They literally went over it, and it's so interesting because I still ended up having a public attorney.
Yeah.
I still ended up having a public attorney. I told him, I don't need you to represent me. I'll just need you to give my paperwork to the prosecution.
Right.
I'm not finna keep flying back and forth from California to Texas. I'm not about to continue to do this.
Right.
So he basically took my paperwork. He said, did what you asked. I gave your paperwork to the
Damn, at least he
prosecution.
did it.
And instantly, prosecution hit him back like, we'll drop the cases, but only if she take this class. But notice, if I had
That would be, oh my god, she's an idiot. That's because your lawyer negotiated a plea deal with the attorney. Do you not get that? Like, based on the story she just told, clearly what happened was she was offered a plea deal negotiated by her public lawyer, but she thinks she did that? This fucking idiot? God damn it.
agreed to taking that class, that would have been me agreeing that I was wrong.
Admission of guilt.
That
You were wrong! That's what a plea deal is.
would have been my admission of guilt.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the situation is, and I know she was wrong.
So I told them.
Because she's on this fucking show.
Them no.
Yeah.
And literally 3 days later, the same lawyer hit me up. He said, yeah, they dropped the cases. They dismissed the cases.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Let's
yeah, of course
go.
they did.
Congratulations. Congratulations. We call that standing on.
Generity says, my first night at uni when I was semi-socializing, one of the teenagers called a 21-year-old liaison an OAP, old age pensioner. When me and the other liaison, who were older, asked what we were, she replied, coffin dodgers.
On your square with the
Stand on
bars.
your square,
With
yeah.
the bars. The demographics is the graph of demons. So can you prove that Texas exists, or is it just invisible lines?
Can you prove that Texas exists, or is it just invisible lines? It's both. Those invisible lines are the barriers for which society agrees is the legal and factual jurisdiction of Texas. It's a social concept. Like, it's real, but it's also just a thing in, like, our agreed social space. That doesn't make it not real, because we all agree to it.
Demographics is the graph of demons. That's how I play the game with.
Demographics is the graph of demons is a banger of a line. Demographics is a graph of demons. We did it.
You know, because you God body, they the devil.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
when so the first case I ever beat, I was in federal custody. I want you to know the state courts are way harder than federal courts.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
State courts are harder than federal courts. You need to take that shit to the federal level.
Yeah.
But
Federal prosecutors have a much higher conviction rate than state ones, for the record. So, like, what he's saying is not true.
mine was for counterfeiting money.
Whoopsie! Counterfeited some money.
I got popped for counterfeiting money. That's when I started learning the game.
Yeah.
Because I'm reading the codes and the statutes, and I'm like, this is copyright infringement. This ain't counterfeiting money.
Right.
What?
Because only Congress can provide punishment for uttering and counterfeiting securities of the United States. That's not
What is he talking about?
a security
He thinks he can just make money, fake money, and it's fine?
in the United States.
Wow.
The Federal Reserve knows not real money.
Right.
Nor is it.
You can buy goods and services with it. It's the petrodollar. I promise you, it's the most money that has moneyed. It is the money. You use it to buy goods and services. It's money.
The security.
No, it's not.
It's just it's the
It
in
literally
God we
says what it
trust.
said,
It's a
right.
note from the in God we trust.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But with the federal courts, they wouldn't allow me to represent myself. I always said sui juris. I object when they say pro se. What's the prosecutor? Prosecutor, prosecutor.
That's not what that means. That's not related. These people just hear words and they're like, this word sounds like this other word. They must be the same thing. Is there like a literal brainworm that's causing severe mental illness in like 40% of the population? I'm not joking. What's happening? How did we get here? How are people's brains this fried? Have human beings been like this for all of human history? How did we even survive this long if this is what's going on? I don't know what's worse, is if we've always been like this, or if we're getting worse. Because if we've always been like this, then we've been doomed from the start. If things are getting worse, what do we do? I am at a loss. I am at a loss.
So you're part of their jurisdiction. Sui juris means to write the contract. Yeah, your right mind. So this OG was like, just make them your co-counsel, appoint them as co-counsel,
Okay.
because the courts wouldn't talk to me directly. They couldn't recognize me. I didn't recognize them.
Right.
So we had to have that mediator.
Wow.
So that's what made sense when you said that. Like he was still representing you.
He was still representing you,
Yeah.
exactly.
But you did your shit right though.
I did it right. So, and that's what I'm saying is, it's completely okay for you to know the system and use the system against the system.
Yeah.
Right. It's different when you are in the private.
I hope someday I get to live in a world that makes sense to me again. Does that make sense? That would be nice. Like, it doesn't need to make total sense. The world is too big for it to make total sense. But I wish I understood other people a little better, you know? That would be nice.
Life, and you know how not to even deal with the system, right?
participate.
There's so many different ways of participation, but because I signed I signed something in jail for me to get out.
That was messed up. You should have
Right?
done that.
I put my signature down.
Right.
So as soon as I put my signature down, I'm instantly in their jurisdiction. There's
Right,
nothing I
that's
can
it.
do.
You're in their jurisdiction either way. Your signature has nothing to do with it.
Signature sign in
That's
nature.
it. I signed in order for me to get out of jail.
Right.
So it was because I did that, I had to use their system against. I used their own penal codes against them. I charged the officers
That's
with
what you're
assault.
supposed to do.
How'd that go?
Charged the officers with aggravated assault and kidnapping.
How'd that go? Did any of that go to trial, or are you just saying you charged them as in you wrote a bunch of bogus paperwork and mailed it to a court clerk that immediately put it in a shredder because it was nonsense?
Abusive.
Private, you can't privately, what's the word? You can't privately charge someone with a crime in the United States. You have to be like an actual like district attorney or state attorney, or you need to be a prosecutor.
Power.
Facts.
I charged them.
But and you just keep demanding the oath of offices and the delegation of authority orders. Like, I'm not going to make it all about court today, but I asked them first
Moira Soma, thanks for gifting a sub to Pre-Breakfast Banana.
of all,
Welcome to the No Ads Club, Pre-Breakfast Banana.
can you show me a piece of paper that states that your power is greater than my higher powers?
Can you show me a piece of paper that says your powers are greater than my higher powers? None of that made sense. The state has authority over you by, like, material fact.
Right.
They can't do it. You know, their power derives from God. You know, the Bible's a fact in the courtroom.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not! What are you talking about? The United States judicial system explicitly forbids religious argumentation. They don't touch each other. That's the point.
A lot of people don't know that, and that's why you make things in red too. That's the living word. You know, in the Bible, when Jesus, all the words
in
red.
red.
Yeah. Also in the courtroom, have you heard of he's passed away
That's not even all Bibles.
now, but David Wynn Miller, you ever heard of him?
David Wynn Miller. I actually had him pulled up today too. Where is he? He's around here somewhere. There he is on the left. David Wynn Miller.
So he did something called quantum language. Since we're talking about quantum.
Quantum grammar. You don't even know the words. Ugh. Moira Soma, thanks for gifting a sub to Kippa or Kipo.
Yeah, and this shit works in the courtroom as well, because it's your
It doesn't. David Wynn Miller has never done anything. He's an actual scam artist.
own language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the way we speak. It's like
In
adverb,
fairness, these people are also scam artists, so fits.
verb.
Yeah.
It does something to the brain. And he was
Okay.
able to. It's
Moira Soma, thanks for gifting a sub to water down my breathing hole. Thanks for gifting a sub to Avalon of Babylon.
It's mathematics, and it just leaves
Could you
shit
give me
hanging.
like
Can we look at his book soon? Yes, I'm sorry. I know you sent me so much stuff.
an example?
I can't. I'm not on a deep level, but you would understand it.
Okay. Okay. And you said his
But I'm
name is
talking about, I
David
see mortgages
Wynn-Miller?
get discharged with this shit.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, David Wynn Miller. That's his
Okay,
name. And
yeah.
he was he said he was a federal postal judge.
Mhm.
He was a former king
He
because
said he's the federal postmaster. He doesn't. Why do I know the mythology of their nonsense beliefs better than they do? They don't even know what they're talking about, but they believe it. I don't understand.
remember I told you about the king of Hawaii? He was a self-proclaimed king of Hawaii, though. But not
Wow.
like the real one. He didn't have the blood. Because in order
He wasn't the real king of Hawaii. He was the self-proclaimed king of Hawaii. So not the king of Hawaii? Anyone can just say they're the monarch of Hawaii. It doesn't make it so. Trey says, I've been actually looking into that exact question that you're asking on if we've always been like this. And the answer is yes and no. So there's always been segments of the population that are easily swayed into certain ideologies, but those ideologies for a very great deal of time were limited. How far they could spread and had limited vectors that they had in order to reach people. The internet has provided an unlimited point of idea vectors to reach people and for bad ideas to be preserved in ways that they never have been before. And on top of the final ingredient that America's literacy is only at around 50% after someone has left high school for 5 years, and it's a recipe for misinformation. We're really fucked. We're really fucked. Fenekagami says, would it be unethical to propose a form of social Darwinism in which... I'm going to go ahead and say yes immediately after that first, part of the sentence. Yes! In which idiots who refuse to engage in society properly and would otherwise drag us down with them are cornered off and left to the consequences of their decisions, and the rest of us just live our lives and try to make things better. Yes, this would be a problem. This would be a huge problem, because who gets to make that decision? You're describing fascism, basically. Hot take, you're describing fascism accidentally. Or at least authoritarianism. You didn't say anything about nationalism or anything, so not fascism. But authoritarian yikesy. Moira Soma, thanks for gifting another sub to Bo Bandy 4.
In order to be royalty in Hawaii, you got to have the lineage. They still keep track of the
Were they
bloodline.
respecting him though? Did they treat him
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
don
there
and
was,
such?
yes. He was
Wow.
getting respect.
No one was treating him like the king of Hawaii except his own followers.
Because he's beating cases.
Yeah.
You know, and he's going to England beating cases. Like, if he's
He has never won a single case. There are 0 records of David Wynn Miller winning any case. He just says he does because he's a con artist and he's lying to people.
place all over the world.
Am I the self-proclaimed monarch of this chat? No, I'm the self-proclaimed dictator of this chat. Monarchy is just dictatorship with better buildings. I don't like better buildings. I like brutalist styles. Overthought with 100-bit says, the amount of knowledge you hold is amazing. It's such a niche area of expertise, but what you've cataloged has shown to be very important in understanding how our society makes decisions. You may see yourself as a silly internet personality, but you're an important resource. I don't know about that. No one's really using me for anything. I wish I could. You know how badly I wish the government would call me and be like, hey, you want to help find weirdos and find solutions to issues? But I'm not qualified for any of that. I'm qualified to dress up like an idiot on the internet and make fun of myself. So, that's what I do. Hydrate. Will do.
So yeah, I'm surprised you haven't ran into this yet.
No,
That-
I
that-
haven't. No, David, I'm definitely
Wynn
gonna do
Miller.
some
Yeah,
research,
we'll research it, but it's called, he has his own quantum language.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy as
Okay.
fuck. I didn't really understand it. So, I mean, I understood it, but I didn't. And so,
Yeah.
and then it's like, it's a form of numerology mixed in with
Yeah.
that shit, because everything adds up.
Yeah. So is it kind of like how you're very familiar with breaking down like the etymology of like words and things like that? So it's like you're rearranging.
Yeah,
things.
yeah. And like sometimes, I don't know, I like that I like doing that with my people that's on a different level.
Yeah.
But I can't break an etymology of a word in China.
Yeah.
So this is all a game. This is all a game.
Yeah.
And we just mastered the game over here in Western philosophy,
Right.
so to
Right.
speak, in the
Right.
Western hemisphere.
Right.
That's how I'm looking at it. But Amarylli law works all over the world.
Yeah.
Every time
It doesn't. There's another juggle command can do. Moira Soma, thanks for another 100 bits, almost on a hype train.
Law works all over the world. Just like these 508c1as.
Yeah.
All over the world. We can create an offshore trust with a 508c1a.
Yes.
And
Oh, green guy with a $3 tip says, Hannah, we give you money, so who's the idiot? Still me.
Industries, faith-based, all over the world. So how long because you just started talking about that. I heard you
I'm not sure, bro, I didn't hear it.
talking about faith-based organizations, 508c1as. How long you been familiar with that?
Does he mean 501c3s?
That's literally...
Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's just general nonprofits. He's talking about religious nonprofits that have a separate thing. He's right.
The first thing I learned.
Oh, yeah?
That's literally the first thing that put me on. There was a man, his name is Elisha Royal, and I'll never forget him.
Shout out to Elijah.
Shout out to Elisha.
Yeah, he was on.
He literally told me about how he had this case against. I just remember him. He had his case. He had a case, and they put him in jail. He did not sign any papers.
Yeah.
They kept him in there for over 260 something days.
Yeah.
He's suing them for over 460 million.
Damn.
And he never signed anything. They let him out.
Damn.
They let him out of jail. Never went to court. Never did nothing.
I mean,
and then he told me, he said it's because he has his own jurisdiction. His jurisdiction is his ministry.
That's it.
So I asked him, well, how does that work?
It doesn't work.
Man has his own license plates. He told me he creates his own identification cards, his tribal ID cards.
So he's making fake IDs. He's doing fraud. Cool.
He told me he has his own
that should have triggered the hype train. It has to be from different people. I think it didn't because you already gifted a sub, so someone else would have to do something to kick off a hype train.
Constitution, bylaws. I mean, this man had everything. And he literally like coached me through as far as like how powerful a 508c1a is. And
yep, like that. Skifazoa and Steve with a Q with 100 bits each kicks off a hype train. Thank you very much.
You know, when I learned about that, that was the very first thing that I wanted to dive into. And then I started diving into more of trust law and like, what is a trust, right? What is an offshore trust? What does it mean to really protect your assets, right? And then, of course, we learn more about like the probate and how to avoid probate and how to, how the government, you know.
Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community.
No, you know what I'm saying? It's
17% to level 4.
And it's
if you want to help support the train and the channel, you can become a subscriber, gift subs, gift bits. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
It's the rabbit hole, but that was the very first thing that I actually learned about as far as the 508c1a.
That's amazing. I'm not trying to throw you off either, Billy, but
fine.
do you know about the 508c1a? Because you did a great.
Mr. Blast, thanks for gifting us.
Who's your 508c1a?
I'm going to start skipping through to see if there's anything else before we move on.
Before you was,
because this goes on for almost an hour.
You met her, you was already speaking in tongues.
Yes, I was speaking in tongues since I was 8. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so this runs in your family. That's a shame. She didn't have a chance.
And I was speaking in tongues forever. But yeah, I definitely felt like she was telling the truth. But also because even before I met her, I have rant because of the people that I know. You know, I told you about my community, my family. They're wealthy, higher up people, and they're very spiritual.
Can we talk about who your father is?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Where you from?
Yes, okay, so my family we're Jamaican, and my father is an ambassador in Jamaica, and you know, he's always
father's
traveling.
an ambassador for Jamaica.
Yes.
Damn, Zion, you doing it big over here.
Yeah, yes. And then, no, but she didn't know that. We were discovering that because my father, he's not all too proud.
If I was rich and had a Nepo baby kid and they turned out like this, I would be so sad I ever became rich or influential. Look at what the wealthy have done to their children through lack of, like, contact with the real world. Jesus Christ.
Present. I've known him for ever, but, you know, yes. And then I wasn't even referring to him. I was actually referring to X. His family, they're very tapped in. They're very, you know, spiritual. And our family is, you know, I feel like, you know, wealth is faded. That's how I feel.
Wow.
Wealth is faded. A rich person would think that. A Nepo baby would think it's just fate to become wealthy, huh? Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting a sub.
And
That's deep.
yeah, and I feel
Do
like
I think he's actually the ambassador? He might be. I don't think she'd lie about that.
like if you
Could be wrong.
if it's meant for you, if it's designed for you, then it will be no matter what. You just have to follow your path type of thing. And that side of my family has. And because I see the spiritual differences between both sides of my family, ones that like resonate in poverty and ones that resonate in wealth, I was able to, tell that things are true. So when she discovered this,
Give me chills.
yeah, when she discovered this information, it was like, isn't Elijah a part of like the Moorish like community? Once I discovered that information, I knew for a fact that it was true. So I just told her, I was like, listen, all
She knew for a fact based on vibes.
these people that's trying to push you off, all these people that are trying to, they're gonna get their lick back soon. I just kept encouraging her. I'm like,
But
keep
also,
learning.
that's why I think it's
Yeah.
also crucial to understand or understand. Sorry.
Yeah.
Benekagami says, to be clear, yes, I'm aware that what I proposed was bad, even with the parallels as just letting people die is in fact unethical. I was aware when I posted. Unfortunately, I really don't know what to do other than disempowering these people, because some kind of authoritarian, this crap will just come back. Every time this stuff dies down, it gets revived by market incentives, plus the poison their children's minds and often abuse them. And there's another part coming. Minute left of the hype.
I think it's crucial to understand that this is why it's called the Matrix. There
I just want to vomit and die.
is a multitude of people who willingly, willfully, and unknowingly work for the Matrix.
Top Scruffy, thanks for 15 months, 84% to level 4.
That is why they do not believe us.
Maybe you're just fucking wrong.
That is why they continue to go along with their lives. They continue to go along with their 9-to-5s.
Hey, we don't have rich parents, so we have to do things. I don't know if you know that. Fun fact, most people don't have a choice.
Allowing these people to completely use them.
Mr. Blast, thanks for gifting another sub and saving the hype train over level 4.
Just through paperwork.
Yeah.
Just through contracts alone.
Yeah.
They don't question, why was there ever anybody on this earth who decided to stand on a mountain of gold and say, this is mine? Why?
I'm sorry, are these Nepo baby assholes? Do they think they're not rich? Do they not understand that they're rich, that their parents, and by extension themselves, are the people standing on the pile of gold?
Why are there people that exist on this planet that will go into an area, put a flag down, and say, this is mine?
Right, and claim
you
it.
don't question this.
Yes.
You just say, oh, this is what war is for. This is why we have war in the military. This is why we kill each other. And it's so weird because y'all don't understand that the creator of this universe never said y'all own anything. Y'all have signed contracts that have willingly give up your rights,
Exactly.
so that you can be owned.
This world is
and people
yours.
can own you and say what
Absolutely.
She's never read the Bible once in her goddamn life. She's never read the Bible in her entire life, and she's citing it like she has a deep knowledge of it. The Bible absolutely tells people to obey authorities. The Bible absolutely expresses that you should listen to people higher up on a certain agreed upon hierarchy than yourself. What is she talking about? She has never, ever read the Bible, at least not enough of it to know anything about it. This is insane. She's talking so confidently, but she's just lying? She's lying about the content of the Bible. And I don't personally care. I'm not Christian. I don't think the Bible is an authority. But the fact that she's trying to use it to bolster her stance while directly contradicting what it says is just disgusting. And a scam. Green guy with a $3 tip says, Hannah, she has a hill of gold, not a mountain. 4% to level 5 on the hype train.
What they own. That's the only reason why you believe that stuff. But if you didn't sign any contracts, you have the creator and you have your God-given rights to be here.
You want to know? It's interesting that you say that, because this kind of goes into how I feel like people think about themselves. As much as we go into the system and how much people put fear into people and the reasons why people are so complacent with this type of system, I feel like a lot of people, even this country, right? It's built on, like you said, the government and the church, like religion. You know what I'm saying? Separation of church and state, all this other type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. But people in America, a lot of people are religious, but the limitations that they put on themselves make me feel like they really don't understand like their access to God and their access to freedom. And like they put limitations on God, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
They
sense.
put their own limitations. So the fact that like somebody could come and tell you that you are not free is insane to me if you believe that God is omniscient and omnipotent.
Just like governments to control means mind. They control your mind. Freedom is a state of mind.
Yes.
Freedom.
Jesus said, "Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar." The Bible does not tell you not to listen to earthly authority in a broad sense. This is so non-biblical, and it annoys me. I don't care about the Bible, but rhetorically, they are claiming they do, while simultaneously misrepresenting what the Bible says.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go back to what she said about, these contracts, man. We talk about con means a swindle, and then tract means treaty.
Yeah.
So it's a fake treaty out the gate.
Right.
So even in the Holy Bible, it says that you don't make a covenant outside of God, and that's what you do when you sign the birth certificate.
Exactly.
The birth certificate shows you who your maker is.
Yes.
Birth certificate is a bureaucratic document to keep track of live births. Just a peach with a $3 tip says, "I think you missed one of Green Guy's tips. He sent 2. Sorry about that. Let me find the other one." Green Guy said, "When I was a kid and first heard speaking in tongues, I was like, duh, we all use our tongues to speak. What, are you stupid?"
I just want to say though, y'all the wisest women that I've ever sat down and talked to.
Wow, you don't talk to a lot of women, huh?
No, for real, I'm glad y'all fuck with me.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's hard. Okay, so what's really hard for women is when you are placed in this situation, are you placed in households that teach you?
If you're talking about biblical stuff, the Bible literally tells women to be silent and not like try and teach to other people. Do they know that?
That you are to be a mother.
Thank you for the hype train, everyone.
You are to be someone who only exists in your femininity. Right. You are to be someone who caters to men. Right. And when you're taught this ideology, it's really harder for women to break into becoming more independent. That's why in 1974, when we had the opportunity, the Opportunity Act, what is it?
We're talking about the suffrage.
Yeah, so in 1974, there was...
1974 was not women's suffrage. That was in the 1920s. What?
Equal Opportunity Act.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So it not only allowed women to have bank accounts, but allowed them to build their own credit. This is why divorce rates went high, because what was happening...
No-fault divorce also became a thing. They literally weren't allowed to divorce for that.
That women were forced to be in relationships with men in order for them to have a financial security. So whenever we have women in these abusive situations with these men, right? Because at the end of the day, a man is very transactional. Men are transactional. If you cannot provide something for them, if it's not beneficial for them, there's no reason for them to have you there. So if you are a woman and you're providing something for the man, then of course, right? But if you're not, it can lead to a very abusive type of dynamic. So what was happening was women finally had the opportunity to be free from men and not have to rely on them financially. And that's why we have Rihanna today, who's a freak.
And that's why we have Rihanna. Green Guy says, "Hannah, they should quit the podcast and sell the drugs they're on."
Billionaire.
Nepotism. The drug is nepotism.
We have women today who own their own businesses, who are creating like restaurants that are health conscious.
Right.
Like we have women today who are making changes and strides within our
Right.
business industry
Impacting
because they were
countries.
allowed to, because now we're allowed to educate ourselves. We're allowed to read these books and get
You are correct, Will Kale. I should clarify with that.
into these, you know, things. But people like us, we be in the house. That's why you don't
Right.
see us. That's why you don't talk to us.
Well, I just know before I became Don Colon, I'm not saying that's right or it's wrong. I only fucked with a girl who had good credit because I needed somewhere to stay. You know, I wasn't gonna stay in no bullshit.
At least you
Let me show you how to get your credit score together, girl.
Right.
That's what I was using this shit for, though. But that shit don't get you nowhere, man.
Yeah.
But I believe it takes a man to raise a man, but a woman to raise a nation. Information starts at the time of conception. So
Information starts at the time of conception? What are these people talking about?
I love a woman that gets money.
Yeah.
I love a wise woman as well. You know, because money's just not good enough. Because I tried that too.
Yes.
You know, hoes get money.
Yeah. No, this is absolutely true. That's a mindset.
That's very true.
Yeah. So it's just like, what else can you offer? What else can you bring to the table?
Right.
But I believe this. You know, you either pimping or tricking. You either alpha or beta.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked about y'all. Y'all both of y'all have very alpha energy.
Thank you.
I was like, how's that work out for y'all?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I know it's
so we
all
remember.
bad.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if y'all clashing, I know it's all bad.
No.
It's-
Okay, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, well, I was saying that we switch. We switch when needed. We recognize where each other's strengths and weaknesses are.
That's
We
lit.
try to help each other out on those routes. That's why we try to always stay like open. You know what I'm saying? We never act like we know everything, if that makes sense. And we realize we've been together for 6 years now.
And that's amazing.
Right? It's a long
Congratulations.
time. So with that being said, we're growing up together, right? We got together when we were children, if that makes sense.
That's
So
lit.
if anything,
There we go. Fennikagami with the second part says, even democratically, we would inevitably have to introduce some kind of coercion to stop this behavior, and that's an infringement on their rights to believe whatever they want, but we banned animal sacrifice because we considered it animal abuse. You can't just let people hurt each other. Some coercion is needed to run society. The trick is to know where the lines are, and that's open dialogue and openness to change are for, to know if things have gone too far and fix it. I think the way to do this is by, like, investing in actual helpful education programs that help teach kids against misinformation. But, like, that's just not going to happen for a while, so I'm just not even going to worry about it.
we're constantly changing.
Social programs, yeah. Making people's material conditions better helps because they become less paranoid. People become incredibly paranoid when they're desperate.
So she's going to come on some information that I don't know. I'm going to come on some information that she doesn't know. And a lot of this information is life-changing. And it ends up changing our lives a lot. So we got to be ready to adapt and encourage and, like, all the time, be aware. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Would you say you would check more men clients or female clients?
Interesting enough, it's 50-50.
Wow, that's lit.
Really?
You know, with me, it's usually older women.
It's older women. Yeah.
Older women. Or they're young, like 18 to 20.
So you're grifting the elderly. Great.
Yeah, I get young women as well. So it's very interesting. My recent clients have been women. And they are Black women.
Nice. Yes.
And very much interested in just protecting they're more so worried about their children.
Yeah.
Than anything.
I agree.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that I'm able to actually help them and give them the information that they need in order to, protect their children and protect themselves.
You're a living testimony, though, because there's not too many women that are representing, what you guys talk about. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of women don't even feel like they have the space to enter these type of things, if that makes sense.
I mean, to be honest, they don't.
Yeah, no, it's a boys' club.
I mean, and even the men shouldn't be entering this space. Like you're living what you're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? These people don't live. They come just like somebody caught me. It was like, hey, I know you've been talking about Zion that you kicking it with her, but do you want me to send you this? Because they selling her shit. Or they were like, they're selling our shit together. But you know what I mean? If they bought it, whatever, go re-rock it, do what you do. But I always say all roads lead back to Don Kalam.
Right.
All roads lead back to
What
Don
does that
Kalam.
even
They
mean?
Either way,
can't-
you
yeah.
promote. You still promoting us.
Right.
You gonna
right.
send them
Right.
to us.
Right. It's just
they
like
they gonna buy the $90 book, but they gonna spend $1,500 for me to do the paperwork. Thank you.
Because, listen,
let's go.
right, listen. You can't just
Scum.
take a piece. All of it is
Right,
connected
that's
to
it.
one
More.
another.
They gonna follow.
So
That's it.
exactly.
It's like
Giving us
a-
So they're gonna
followers.
end up going
And-
right back to you anyway.
I mean, we are the dope.
Benekagami says, and most importantly, depower the rich because they're the ones who keep reviving this crap, and they do that because the wealthy and powerful benefit from societal rot.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that do.
You know what I'm saying? We are the dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you talk about it, like this is why I love, because I was there with you yesterday, even though you was working all day. I was still there and present, and you didn't shut the door or nothing.
Is this the MAGA rapper guy? I think he has done MAGA rap stuff before, yeah. Let me see. Playlists. Unless he just looks a lot like the MAGA rap guy. Maybe he just does general bad raps. Yeah, it might not be him. He looks a lot like a MAGA rap guy, that's for sure, that I know of.
You know what I'm saying? Like even though I didn't hear what you were saying, because we're talking.
No, not Bryson Gray. There's multiple MAGA rap guys. Rayline says, so the idea that women couldn't have credit cards or bank accounts isn't really true. They were allowed, but if they were married, so not allowed, it would be under their husband's name, so not allowed. There was a large amount of discrimination against single women. It was harder to get credit, but not impossible. The Fair Credit Act was one step in attempting to stop discrimination against women and minorities. It also required that women have their own name on credit rather than their father's or husband's names. Yeah, see, I wouldn't consider having it, but it being under their husband or father's name to be having it. So I don't agree with your description of that.
When we're having our own thing, business meetings and everything.
Oh yeah, they shut the door.
But listen, I know that you're not on the computer. You're not looking through no books. All this shit coming from right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Borgiato Blow is who I'm thinking of. Let me look. Borgiato Blow. Oh, yeah. This is the guy. Yep. There's a better video. There he is.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you...
That's forever living in our head. Just missed his head barely. Fist in that.
Yeah, he reminds me of the Don Kalam guy a lot.
You know what I'm saying? It's in you. What you're spitting is in you.
Yeah.
And then another thing I loved about
How many subs are on this channel? 20,000.
you yesterday, because I don't remember a lot of shit. And I think I like that, because I don't lie. When you start trying to remember shit, you start lying. And truth never changes. Anything else is falsehood.
Is Chud Watch still a thing, or is it on one long hiatus? It'll come back at some point. I just really have no interest in it at the moment. I don't know.
Right.
What is there to even say about it? Like, what is there to say about it right now? You know what I mean? I don't know.
But like when I showed you certain paperworks and things like that, and you just know exactly where it's supposed to go.
Oh yeah.
What it can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said, damn, that kind of took me a little time to figure that one out.
Yeah, you did say that, but no, learning how to
So
research is
just like off of this 508c1a trust, it literally I had to eat, sleep, and shit it for 9 months to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was right. I've been seeing people I'm talking about 3 years plus, 4 years plus before I started this.
Yes.
So a baptismal certificate, baby land deeds.
And you come to them.
Okay, I think I'm done with these guys for today. God, they are something. Let's take a look at James the Traveler. He has a fake passport.
What's the difference between my...
Let me actually look something up real quick. Okay.
Australian passport and my world government passport.
World government passport isn't a real thing, for the record.
Well, my world government passport, or the world citizen passport, has my real name in it, James the Traveller. This one has the legal name I use inside here. This one works to get through border control. This one doesn't, which is...
So it's not a real passport because it's not given by any country. You can just buy it on the internet from a random website that looks like a Web 1.0 website.
very unfortunate, but it works for everything else as a means of identification. The way I think about this passport here from Australia is that it is using the legal instrument, the legal name, and that's all it is. It's a tool, it's a utility I use to navigate through a tyrannical world and to get across country borders so I can travel freely. Costs a couple $100, it's valid for 10 years, and then you don't have to worry about getting executed trying to cross into a different country. Planes let you on, okay, big deal. Should borders and passports like this exist? No, and I have some good arguments against that. I've actually got a playlist. I'll put in the link, put in the description below this from some objectivist philosophers who explain why borders are just not a good idea.
Oh no, objectivism!
But I want to explain the utility and the purpose.
To be clear, I'm not really pro-borders either, but for like very different reasons than this guy.
Of this, I got this, maybe about a year ago or so when I was in Nepal. I had this passport delivered to me. And when I was leaving Nepal, I asked them to stamp this alongside my Australian passport because I came in with this, so I needed it to get out. But they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because it's not a real passport. It's not a real one. What are you doing?
So I was like, okay, that's a bummer. Well, I'm flying into the next country I was going to was Dubai from Nepal. One of the stricter countries, okay? And then I tried to just use the world government passport and they said, what is this? What is this? No, you cannot use this. And I was like, okay, well, here's the Australian one.
Well, that was pretty stupid of you to try and use. Do you know how easy it would have been for them to try and take you in for using a fake passport to try and enter the country? Oh my god, you idiot.
Can you use the Australian one, but also put a stamp in this? He says, no. I say, well, why not? He says,
because that's not a real passport!
Country rule. I was like, okay, all right, shit, all right, no worries. And then after Dubai, I went to Georgia, and I just tried the country Georgia, not the state in America.
Yeah, we know.
And it's actually interesting because that's got the longest visa in the world. Or visa-free, 12 months. A whole year you can stay in Georgia without needing to apply for an extended visa, which is really nice. It's a country that borders Russia. It's right near Russia and borders Turkey. So I tried to use this to get in, and they're looking at it, they take it around the back, and then the police come out, and I thought I was going to get arrested. I was like, here.
You idiot! Why is he trying this? And if he continues to try this every time he travels, at some point, he will find a country that will arrest him for this. Like, I don't know what'll happen to him, because, you know, he might be able to explain, I do have a real one too, but if he is continually presenting the fake one first, he is gonna get in trouble at some point.
Here we go. It's been too long since I've been arrested, all right? And the woman just says to me, what do you think you're trying to do with...
I don't want to get arrested in a random Eastern European former Soviet bloc nation. I just don't want it.
It's like, well, it's just my world passport. It's my passport. It's my identity. It's in there. Oh, no. Do you have another passport? Oh, well, okay. All right, I do. I've got...
Benikagami says, isn't it great that most anti-authority people are only that as far as it benefits them? Isn't it great how much selfishness there is in the world and there are still so many thinkers who argue selfishness is good? Yeah, it's great. Everything's great.
The Australian one, yes.
Dillis Filler says, why does the Georgian border official have a French accent? Who knows? Mysteries abound.
Okay, take this. Okay, you can go through. All right. I was like, whew, okay. Get in, and then when I was going to Turkey, I was crossing the land border, and again I tried to use this, and the guy looks at it, he goes off walks around the back, goes talk to some staff members, and he comes back like with a big smile on his face. He's like, no, we cannot accept this. That's not a Turkish accent, but I was like, okay, all right, can you put a stamp in here as well as in my Australian one? No.
Like, is he trying to legitimize it by getting stamps? Does he think if he gets the stamps, it'll make it more legitimate? It's not. It's not anything. Of course it doesn't work.
No, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not even going to try anymore because
good.
This one works. It just works, and it actually works very well.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Australian passport is one of the best passports in.
Yeah, I think like United States, UK, Canada, Australia, a lot of the Commonwealth nations have some of the best passports in terms of having access to entry and exit into other countries without visas, at least for certain periods of time.
In the entire world. Some countries, was in Italy. I landed in Italy and others where they've got special dedicated lines for people from Australia, and you can just bypass the big lines, and it's just got this scanner thing, you put it in there, they take a photo of your face and you get into the country. Again, do I agree with all that? No, but I want to travel, so I need to get through. I use this, okay, all right. It's not like a driver's license where they can take it away from you or they can fine you or do all this stuff. It's just the Australian passport. You pay a couple $100. It's valid for like 10 years. Okay, if I'm able to navigate my way through a tyrannical world and get across country checkpoints and get onto planes, all right, I'll use that. But what's really useful about this world government passport, because I like to use this whenever I can for everything else, because it's got my real name in there. I want to live and be and identify as James the Traveller, the real living man, and not have to pretend to identify with a legal fiction, a legal instrument. I don't want to pretend to be this utility. I'll only use it when absolutely necessary. So I can register SIM cards in most countries with this, which is fantastic. I love that.
What do you even mean?
Very rarely with currency exchange, they will ask you for ID. So I use this. Most of the time they don't, but it has happened. When checking into hotels and Airbnbs, I show them this passport. Sometimes they question, James the Traveller, what? Oh, really? And they think it's a little bit weird. I'm like, yeah, man, it's my name. Okay, all right, no worries. I mean, I don't like it how they've got the picture on the white square because the real passports don't have that. So it's a little bit...
I like that he's admitting it's not a real passport.
Unprofessional, but it looks real enough. And it's got all the languages and stuff. It cost a couple $100. It's nice to have.
Why?
Because they've got the world government one and then just the standard world passport. It doesn't really matter which one you use. It's also good for transportation.
But it does matter which one you use, because one of them's real and one isn't. You literally told a whole story about how it never worked anywhere that it mattered.
For bus tickets or train tickets, if you need it. I use it for pretty much everything, though I also have a private ID card I use when... I try to use this first, actually, instead of the passport. I pull out this, and then if they don't accept the private ID, then I'll pull out the world government passport, and then they accept that. This card does need an update, because sometimes why it doesn't work is because it doesn't have an ID number on it, because everyone who deals with IDs are so accustomed to seeing all other IDs have a number. So,
because those are real IDs that connect to some sort of database. That's what makes them IDs. He really doesn't understand what an ID is, does he? He doesn't really get what it's for. He just thinks if he has a thing that vaguely looks like it, that should count. He doesn't understand. Oh God, people don't... Oh God, he really doesn't get, like, the basics of what it's even for?
Building up a design. Just then I built a new design and modeled it more closely to...
That's the design of his ID card? Why's it got a bush on that? Is that an Australia thing?
Like a driver's license from Australia, a Victorian one, just so it seems similar, but obviously you can't say Australian driver license or anything like that because that would be fraudulent. So it's just a private ID card. That's what I've got here. And I've got a QR code on the back, so I've just edited my new design. With the ID and the world passport, you can use that whenever you need to use identification.
Green Guy says, Hannah, 3 weeks till the 1st of January, 2025. I haven't even gotten over the fact that we're past 2020, so if we could stop, I'd appreciate it.
When traveling overseas, it works very well. If you're in Australia or your country of residence where you're living, then there's a whole host of different things you need to say and do. If you're presenting to police or whoever, you'll need to learn how to use that appropriately, which I'm not going into now. I just wanted to make a video about this world passport. I've been meaning to do it for a long time because people keep asking me, hey, are you still traveling on the world passport? I never said I was traveling on the world passport. I said I got one and I'm going to try it, but I've tested it. Well, I mean, I've only tested it 4 times in those countries, but it's just not worth the hassle to keep testing it. It just doesn't matter to me. I don't find it that big of a problem. So, that's that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.
Oh, he's certainly something.
Please go to my website. I just wrote an article last week that the legal system is repugnant to the Constitution. So, Scott,
the legal system outlined in the Constitution is repugnant to the Constitution. Makes sense. Totally. Where'd my cap go? There it is. Found it. Oh, look, it's Land Before Time 6, The Secret of Saurus Rock. Look at my copy of Spooky Town. Look at how spooky this town looks. Look at these terribly photoshopped children. What is this? Why do I own this? What is this? It is one spooky adventure. When a 16-year-old boy and his 2 young siblings set off on a quest to find their missing parents, their search leads them to a ghost town in the middle of the desert. They soon discover that this is no ordinary tourist spot. In fact, according to the maps, it doesn't exist at all. Finding their way into this mysterious place, the kids must confront the sinister force that dwells beneath it in order to rescue their parents and save themselves. What the fuck is Spooky Town? This is Spooky Town. Look at how spooky it is. Anyway. Phyllis Filler says Spock voice. Captain, her glasses seem to be generating a reality distortion field not unlike that employed by Steve Jobs at the turn of the 21st century.
You brought up
I can't do a Spock voice.
the dogs, and common law is a great segue because Tamara has the first question of the night. Let me introduce everyone to Tamara. We're kind of like resetting. There's a lot of new people, so we're kind of going back to the beginning. And I know you guys, it sounds fast and Scott speaks fastly, but you will get it. This does get replayed and you can replay it over and over. And one day, like we could tell you they have no authority. And one day, so you get this little paradigm, and the more you come to the Zoom, like your paradigm keeps getting bigger, bigger, and bigger. So Tamara was my very first member, and she came in because her dog bit the neighbor's dog, and she had to remedy that, which she did by paying the vet bills directly. However, at the time of this minor dog melee that had happened, somebody called on a sheriff or police, but they issued Tamara a ticket. She was unsure if
Yeah, I always take VHS donations or DVDs, any kind of movie you have. Here's my P.O. box. I'll put it in YouTube chat as well in case anyone wants to send me anything. Christmas is coming up. Send me your old movies you don't want anymore.
if she had to pay anything, but she sure had a court date for what? So she came in and I gave her my tutelage, and Tamara was not the whippersnapper she is today. She's been here since November of 22, the very first member, and she waited a month for me, and then she came in and she was the only one here. And she's like, this place is great. And it gave me a lot of confidence to keep going. And so in that courtroom, I said to Tamara, you stand there, do not cross the bench, and you say, please produce a contract with my wet ink signature that compels me to perform, because that court is a private
Any in particular I get excited in getting? No, just anything. Anything. I like weird stuff, but like I'm good with whatever.
For-profit corporation. They have
Absolutely.
a contract with her. And Tamara's, she's little, we like 5'3" Tamara. I could just imagine her.
Oh shit, Nemesaur with a $50 tip says, I, the living man, by special appearance, do not recognize the jurisdiction of Pissmas. So there's another vote. There's more money against Pissmas. One, let me see, does that... 3... You have once again exceeded the people who are pro-Pissmas, Nemesaur. Slowly but surely, you're actually chipping against it. If you keep it up, we might actually get to skip Pissmas. The war on Pissmas continues.
Standing in front of the courtroom, and they have never heard anything like this. And so how it wrapped up was that, like, she had the canceled checks to prove she made remedy with the neighbor, and then the dog was fine. But
both Zarek Shadow, obviously.
They're like, oh, we need to prove that you paid. These are canceled.
Is Pissmas actually what it sounds like? I have been on a moratorium for a year of not being able to cover conspiracy theorists who think pee is medicine. So the moratorium ends next Wednesday. So we're having Pissmas, which is a special stream where we're just looking at weirdo conspiracy theorists that believe that PP is medicine. However, if people would like to avoid Pissmas, if they get to the tip goal by then, no Pissmas, and Pissmas is canceled. The Grinch who stole Pissmas, if you will. But if you want to donate a tip in favor of having Pissmas, tell me, and it'll remove stuff from the bar, getting us closer to Pissmas. We did it.
Checks, you big dopey prosecutor. And they said to her, and Tamara was nervous because she wasn't the Tamara we have today. She was like, they said, oh, we'll email you. And then she walked out.
He does not cure jellyfish stings. That's a myth. I think. I don't know that. I said that very confidently. I don't know that. Canceled forever or just delayed? It will be delayed for a year. This will give us another year moratorium. Green guy with a $10 tip says pro P, but I think the true goal is to give Hannah money. What are you talking about? This isn't me trying to come up with a promotion because it's December and I have fewer hours at work. What are you talking about? Thank you, Green Guy.
They don't have my email because they will lie.
Right.
Remember, they're trained liars. They don't want the rest of the people in the court to hear Tama repeat that sentence. Please produce the contract with my wet ink signature that compels me to perform. They can't ever do it. And that's why you're free. That's the nuts and bolts.
It is a myth. That's good. I'm glad that it's not real. I don't want people to pee on me.
They can never. I don't care what they put in writing. I don't care what statute, code, ordinance they throw at. They can.
Oh, sorry, Trey. Trey said, based on the last guy, Notebook of False Forms, the item only works while you're in some form of magical or non-magical disguise. When someone looks at this small notebook, they must make a DC 13 wisdom saving throw. On a failed save that they perceive is paperwork confirming the identity of your persona. On a past wisdom save, the creature reading it learns your true name, class, race, and identity. Ooh, fun.
Can never establish you as a legal entity. Do you have blood in your veins? Are you breathing? So you can never be a legal entity. You can never be in their jurisdiction. And here's the case that unravels everything for them. It's Poindexter versus U.S. And it's where the Supreme Court says that any waiver of rights has to be voluntary and a knowingly intelligent act based on all the information. So all these licenses, and I don't care if you have 10 driver's licenses and 15 license plates on the back of your automobile, it still doesn't give them proper jurisdiction because it's all done through trickery and deceit.
What?
It never gave you full disclosure of what was coming with that driver's license. As a matter of fact, tell me one person who's gone to the DMV and they said, hey, so-and-so, you're going to get this license. And in doing so, you're going to waive all of your rights and you're going to become a legal entity devoid of all these protections.
None of that's true. So that would be bad if someone said that at the DMV because they would be lying to you.
And you're going to be subject to our insidious regulations. Who in their right mind would ever get something like that? They wouldn't. So all these state agencies, they're operating through fraud, deceit, trickery, whatever you want to call it, but they don't give you full disclosure. And if they would ever step to the plate and start giving people full disclosure, everybody would drop them like a hot potato and they would go out of business.
Jesus. They really don't understand how anything works, huh?
We did the marriage class as far as removing the.
Oh, I hate when they don't have video.
You just need to revoke.
Ooh, use video.
Because they're.
Ooh.
The council.
And how does he wish to proceed today?
Judge, I need to withdraw from this case.
Green guy with the $59 tip says Pro P. There we go. All right, interesting. Pro P might be starting to win again.
Your Honor, Mr. Estrada filed pro se, I do believe. Well, I know it was pro se filing.
Well, I do notice he's taken a number of filings in his own right without going through counsel. Mr. Estrada, you come back to my recollection, we've met in city court, correct?
Yes.
And now this is that tag and suspended license?
No.
No,
Just a tag issue, Your Honor.
Just the tag, Your Honor.
All right.
I believe Mr. Paul is requesting to withdraw based upon the essentially sovereign type citizen claim filed by Mr. Abel.
Well,
Mr. Estrada, excuse me.
And also, there's been a total breakdown in communications, Judge. He files his own motions.
Oh my god, he's filing motions without his lawyer? Holy crap, that is bad. Not since Danzy have I had such a bidding war. I know.
I cannot represent him.
I know. I hate using the tools of capitalism to live my life. What a nightmare.
Okay. All right, Mr. Estrada, you were appointed an attorney. Apparently at one point you wanted one, or maybe we gave you one and you didn't want one.
No, that's not it.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, that's not it. He's not, Richard Paul is not seeking my interest. And I put everything in an affidavit. He's not representing me. He's not.
That's true. I'll probably explain the Pissmas. I'll make a command for Pissmas before stream tomorrow, so I don't have to explain it a bunch of times.
He's actually judging me before. He's judging me before.
Also, just so you're not confused, rather, if we do Pissmas next Wednesday, the actual title of the stream might end up being something like Wizmas, just because I don't know how YouTube and Twitch are with piss in the title. So if come Wednesday the title happens to be like Wizmas, we all know it's Pissmas. Look at me in the eye. We all know it's Pissmas, but we got to play by their rules, okay? So if it's technically called Wizmas, don't be mad at me. We all know in our hearts it's Pissmas.
Before I even go into court, he's not listening to my paperwork, so he decided he doesn't want to represent me.
It's a better pun.
So I still need to be represented.
Are all streams usually around this time of day? Typically, I try to start around 4 or 5. Sometimes I do earlier if I have stuff later in the day. Sometimes later if I work earlier in the day or have other stuff going on. But I try to start around 4 or 5 Eastern time.
Well, there's a...
if memory serves, your butterfly thing is about their flight and their tongues, right? So just seeing their wings is okay. I don't like seeing them in general, but I'm okay seeing it.
Mr. Paul, you're allowed to withdraw.
We paid for a 6-month break, not a year-long break. Ah, my bad. Well, this next one, if you make it, it'll be a year.
You're welcome. Is this the last case you have on the docket?
Until 11, Judge. I have an 11, so I'm just going to mute myself and.
That'd be fine. All right. Now, I think you are going to have the same problem with any other attorney that you had with Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, from this court's experience over the years, is a very competent, diligent attorney. Now, sometimes attorneys have to tell you their opinion of what's going to happen. And you may or may not agree with their opinion, but you do still want an attorney.
I do. I do need an attorney because I don't know how to defend myself with this
Then why
court.
do you keep filing motions without your lawyer?
And also, I have a thread of the communications that you can see it, and I'm not getting represented correctly.
I'm sure he's a competent but attorney, but I proceeded to give all my information, all my laws, and he
All of
doesn't
your what? Your laws?
the laws, the Constitution.
Your Honor,
So,
Your Honor, could I say
Please.
something, please? Mr. Estrada, every attorney who the court can appoint to represent you, one, I don't want to see, and I'm sure the judge is the same way, I don't want to see any kind of communication thread between yourself and Mr. Paul, because there could be confidential, well, I'm sure there's confidential and privileged information within that, and you shouldn't be disclosing that to me. That's between you and any attorney you so choose to have represent you. But I believe most attorneys, or all attorneys that the court has available to appoint to you, they are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Kansas, and not what you filed. That's the attorneys didn't go to your law school, which is kind of what you've set forth. So that's the issue the court's talking about when you're claiming a sovereign citizen. We don't have an attorney who's, I guess, registered to under your rules and laws as you see them. So that's the problem you're going to be running into as far as the attorneys the court has to appoint to you. If I said that correctly, Your Honor.
thank you, Mr. Dean.
I like to say that I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm just an American. And
they always like to say they're not sovereign citizens, even though they do all the sovereign citizen stuff.
I'm just being constitutional, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not breaking any law. So,
Well, sir, you said the attorney wouldn't accept your laws or follow your laws.
no, that's not what I said. I
Okay,
said
what did you say? Because I
said
thought
that-
you said you were trying to train him on the laws, in essence.
no, I don't. I'm just presenting the law to
All right.
him, and he doesn't even read my documents that I presented, which is the law.
Did you go to law school?
No, ma'am.
He did, you know that.
Yes, I understand, but he's not being.
Are archives of these streams on YouTube? Like what we're doing right now? They're on YouTube, yeah.
Constitutional. That's what I'm saying.
But you didn't go to law school, so are you sure you know what being constitutional involves? I mean, we all can read the Constitution and understand, yes, but there's a lot involved in interpreting.
No, the P stuff, it's on there somewhere. I don't know where, but yeah, it's on there.
That, you understand?
The videos we watch are from YouTube. YouTube allows you to post videos of drinking your pee, as long as it's not like a sexual thing, and it isn't for these people. They just think it's medicine. They're wrong. They're just drinking their own waste, but, you know, putting in their eyes and ears. And I've seen people do pee enemas. Just the worst.
I understand what you're saying, ma'am. All I'm saying is that he's using case law, not constitutional law. And he didn't see all my paperwork. He just ignored it. He just blew through it and then gave me the wrong dates. I presented all the documents and he didn't even look at it and ignored the paperwork.
All right, and let me ask you this. You are wanting a trial on this illegal display of a license plate or failure to display, right?
Well, no, I'd like to address, I'd like to first, if we possible, we can a motion to dismiss with the student
We're
president.
not going to do that today. All right, I am going to one more time appoint you an attorney.
Your Honor, could I make a request to the court on this matter?
Sure.
This case carries a maximum sentence of 30 days. Doesn't even have an eligibility or requirement that he be provided an attorney.
Well,
I'm just.
there's
just saying,
potential jail time.
I would like to have if the court wants. I understand if the court wants to appoint an attorney. Absolutely, don't dispute that. But under the circumstance of the defense that's wanting to be presented, I would ask the court to appoint somebody. I get Mr. McClendon still available.
That's just what I was thinking. He's here in town.
We set this next hearing, give sufficient time, perhaps 60 days, perhaps longer, and we just have it set for a bench trial. And if he doesn't want to cooperate with that attorney, the state would be asking for the court to proceed to trial
Paul is cute. He's a prosecuting attorney. That takes him down a few notches.
Whether or not he can go.
Eldronder with 200 bits says, I'm a big man with tears in my eyes because I'll finally be able to say, Merry Pissmas.
Along with the second one or not.
Well, it seems we're on the same page of thinking, counsel.
Mr.
Yeah.
McClendon is in the waiting room.
Mr. McClendon.
I can bring him in.
Bring him in. You're in Howard. He's got an office here in Eureka.
Mr. Estrada believes in Wichita, Your Honor.
I thought, did you tell me you were in Howard?
I'm in Howard.
No, my mistake. I might have been on one of the notary stamps.
Were you in city court the night that Mr. Estrada, the gentleman under Motorola, had the tag violation?
Yes, Judge. You pointed me to his case briefly, and then Mr. Watson and I had a discussion and figured it would be more proper for a district court case.
Will you take the appointment if I give him back to you?
I guess, Judge.
All right. So you two have already met Mr. Estrada, right? The good news was he got it dismissed for you in city court, but the bad news is for you, it's back in district court. All right, so do you agree, Mr. McClendon, that we ought to just set it for bench trial, or maybe what do you
We
want
can
to
set
do?
bench trial, Judge. I'm familiar enough with the case.
Okay. He has filed some pro se motions. Okay, Missy, give me a trial date, please.
We can resolve those motions at trial, Your Honor.
Sure.
I can't believe he did that. Why would he be filing pro se motions when he has an attorney? That's so foolish. All right, let's be done for the day. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me. Appreciate ya. Had a lot of fun. I'll be back tomorrow. Not sure quite what for. I'm gonna go play some more of Indiana Jones. The new Indiana Jones game is really fun, by the way. Fun fact. Like, it's genuinely excellent. Would recommend. Love you too, Mr. Blast. And it's on Game Pass, which is how I'm playing it. So, if you have Game Pass. So many people live right now.
And, like, absolutely fucking destroy somebody with facts and...
Jesus, who do I even raid? Maybe Granny. We haven't raided Granny in a while. Oh, they moved where everything is in Twitch. All right. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you soon, and I'll see you tomorrow. I have to use the bathroom so bad. All right, adios, everyone. Bye.